Just started university, and my beautiful tutor turns out to be the mother of my child. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 676, Enjoying Children's Day. Today was a day of filming. Raymond Lam sat on a stool with his bag on his shoulder, watching the children do what the director asked. Among the 6 children, Zaya Abeo was the most eye-catching one in terms of both appearance and temperament. She grinned, full of the sunshine and innocence of a child, the kind that healed. The children with performance experience did better than the amateur children. The director was not satisfied with the lines after saying them many times, and the children were embarrassed because they were thin-skinned. After the adults finished filming their own scenes, they continued to film with the children. It felt like I didn't do anything in the whole morning, and it just passed like that. I ate a box lunch, which tasted so-so. Zaya Abeo didn't have a good taste, so he stopped eating after a few bites. Dad, I want to eat something else. Raymond Lam asked, what do you want to eat? Zaya Abeo pouted and couldn't say what she wanted to eat. Finally, she sighed like a little adult and continued to eat. Then I'll eat this. After dinner, we continued filming. After the children memorized the lines, the rest went smoothly. Around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they went to the recording studio to dub. For these 2 amateur kids who had never met these 2, everything was strange. Zaya Abeo quickly dubbed a few lines of his own. It was already 7 o'clock, and the director would invite them to dinner soon. Zaya Abeo played with the kids who had finished dubbing, and soon they became friends. Here we have to mention a kid named Lulu, who has acted in several TV series, and her biggest role was the heroine's childhood. She is about the same age as Zaya Abeo, and she shoots commercials and TV series while going to school. Lulu is not very beautiful, but her acting skills are really good. Raymond Lam remembers that he had followed this drama. In fact, Zhang Yuxi had nothing to do during the holiday, and found that she hadn't watched a drama for a long time, so she followed this one. It was such a coincidence that we met today. The 2 children talked about doing homework. Lulu said proudly, I have finished my homework, and I got 100 points in Chinese and math in the last exam. Zaya Abeo praised her, that's great. I have finished my homework, but I didn't get 100 points. I got more than 90 points in Chinese and math. Most of the students in their class got full marks, a small number got more than 90 points, and a few got more than 80 points. Lulu asked seriously, will you still act in the future? Zaya Abeo tilted his head and thought for a while, I don't know. Dad said that I should focus on my studies. My grades are not good. I have to work hard. Zaya Abeo was very troubled when it came to grades. She felt that she worked very hard, but it was not satisfactory. She said frankly, I have worked very hard, but Alice. Compared with Zaya Abeo, Lulu knows more. If you have resources in the future, can you introduce them to me? Zaya Abeo agreed immediately, okay. Lulu smiled slightly, then you can also ask me if you don't know how to do the homework. After the 2 children chatted, the recording finally ended, and the director took them to eat. Finally, we chose to eat some dishes that the children could eat, and we couldn't just focus on the adults. At the dinner table, the children just ate, drank and played, and the adults were responsible for the socializing, drinking beverages and beer. The most active person here was Lulu's father, who is very attentive to the director and the low-key big man Lin Feng for his daughter's resources. After dinner, the children played together for a while before going back to school tomorrow. This time, Lin Feng heard that it was a public welfare film, so he let Zaya Abeo participate and even asked for leave. 3 days later, Children's Day arrived, and there were activities and performances in Zaya Abeo's class. Unsurprisingly, she was among them. It's just that adults don't have to participate in this Children's Day, and the teacher will post the video and pictures in the class group. In the afternoon, it was a holiday. This was Zaya Abeo's first Children's Day since she started elementary school. During lunch, the phone rang one after another. One by one, tell Zaya Abeo Happy Children's Day. Zaya Abeo didn't want to answer the phone in the end. While playing, Lin Feng held the phone next to her ear and listened. I know, yeah, I'm very happy, thank you. After finally answering the phone, Zaya Abeo had a relieved expression as if he had completed a task. Dad, I'm going to the playground to play in the afternoon. Zhang Yuxi went home to accompany her daughter today, and Erbao and Sanbao also stayed at home to accompany Xiaobao in the afternoon. When Lin Feng heard that Xiaobao was going to the playground, he said, "Okay, you are the oldest today, you can go wherever you want." After dinner, Xiaobao also took a nap, and was going to the playground to play. Zhang Yuxi looked outside and saw that it was so hot, and didn't want to move. "I want to sleep for a while, you go." When Lin Feng saw that his daughter was accompanied by her brothers and sisters, he decisively stayed to accompany his wife. "You take Xiaobao to the playground, we will come back later." Xiaobao had no objection, and urged her brothers and sisters to take her to play quickly. She had her own calculations. "Haha, if mom and dad don't go with me, then I can eat whatever I want." Zhang Yuxi slept on a cool mat, and looked outside with a slightly worried look while using the air conditioner. "It's so sunny outside, what should I do if I get sunburnt?" Lin Feng lay down. "Just sleep, why bother so much? They are all adults, they will take good care of Xiaobao." Zhang Yuxi yawned and set the alarm clock. "I'll get up at 3. On the other side, Xiaobao wanted to eat ice cream as soon as he went out. Buy it. They went to the amusement park in the mall, so they didn't have to stand in the sun, and there was air conditioning. How nice it was. Wow, so many people. As soon as they entered the mall, there were adults with children everywhere, and Xiaobao, who liked to join in the fun, rushed to the amusement park. Lin Feng recharged his membership here, and there were more than 2,000 coins left. This amusement park is very large, most of which are suitable for children to play, and some are suitable for adults to play. Now, not only Xiaobao is happy, but Erbao and Sanbao also enjoyed the children's day. Finally, looking at Xiaobao, who was still full of energy, they sighed. "I'm old, I'm tired after playing for so long." Xiaobao went to the naughty castle to play, and the three of them grabbed the massage chair and rocked, reminiscing about the children's day in their childhood. After chatting for a while, they all took out their mobile phones to watch videos in tacit understanding. "Sanbao yawned, I'll lie down for a while. When my chair stops, you can sweep it for me. This chair will keep repeating advertisements to you if you don't renew it." It was so noisy around, Sanbao covered his face with a hat and fell asleep. Before going to bed, he told Erbao, "Second sister, please help me watch my bag." Erbao. On the opposite side, Xiaobao was having a great time playing inside. Among so many voices, her voice was the loudest. Erbao took a photo and posted it in the group. As the group's favorite, Xiaobao was so popular, and everyone in the group was happy on Children's Day. Chapter 677. My wife is jealous. 3:30. Lin Feng and his wife came to the amusement park, calculated the time and called Xiaobao out. Let's go see if there's anything else fun." Lin Feng and his wife's appearance has not changed much over the years, but Zhang Yuxi looks much more mature than before. Look at Lin Feng again, white t-shirt, black pants, white sneakers, sunglasses on his chest, and a hat. My God, if you say he is the older brother of the children behind him, people will definitely believe it. Erbao looked at his father. "Dad, how come you still look so handsome after all these years?" Tisk tisk tisk. Lin Feng glanced at Erbao indifferently. "Are you going to tease me again?" Erbao had a clear conscience. "Come on, there's a mirror here, let the mirror speak." Lin Feng is about 1.8 meters tall, and he and Erbao look like brother and sister when standing together. But Erbao looks more youthful and energetic. The two of them standing together, wow, they really look like they are only a few years apart. Erbao took his father's arm, leaned against him and asked, Look, do they look like father and daughter?" Lin Feng hummed, "Maybe this is the charm of being handsome." Lin Feng hasn't been shameless for many years, and everyone was shocked when he said this. Erbao laughed and complained, "Dad, you should be more restrained." Lin Feng smiled and said, "Let's go and show Xiaobao what to buy." In the past, on Children's Day, I was so happy to buy the toys I had been dreaming about. Now I have everything I need, and I still have to choose the toys I buy. When I came to a stationery store, Xiaobao pouted and followed me in reluctantly to take a look. Lin Feng asked her, "Do you need a math book?" Xiaobao shook her head. "The teacher will give it to you." Lin Feng asked, "What about this eraser?" I think I have it. Let me see if there is anything you don't have." Erbao held an electric automatic pencil sharpener in his hand and said in amazement, "Wow, there are still such things now." Sanbao looked at her and said, "We have had it for a long time. We are using it. There are also sweeping robots that can suck up eraser residue and pencil sharpener residue." Erbao exclaimed again, "Then I want to buy it back to play with it." The owner of the counter just happened to hear this sentence. In the end, the couple bought Xiaobao a pencil case that she liked more. Lin Feng said, "This is your gift for Children's Day on June 1st. Xiaobao's face said, "Can I refuse?" In action, he quietly put it away. "Thank you." Zhang Yuxi knew that her daughter didn't like it, but who cares, as long as they like it. You can't buy toys and delicious food for everything. She buys them every day now, so she doesn't need them. In the evening, the family ate outside. The high-energy one came. Lin Feng got up to go to the bathroom, which was a very ordinary thing, but he never expected that a little girl followed him. They came late, so this location in the restaurant was close to the bathroom, and they had a full view of the scene just now. The little girl waited for a while, holding her phone and looking in the direction of the bathroom. When Lin Feng came out, she shyly ran over to ask. It was obvious that she wanted contact information. Erbao was looking at it with relish. Wow, Dad is really charming. Erbao likes the hustle and bustle the most, and has forgotten that his mother is sitting with him. He said proudly, "Is that little girl as old as me?" "Oh, never mind my dad, he looks too young." Seeing this, Sanbao privately reminded her to restrain herself. When Erbao came back to her senses, she saw Sanbao with a look of "Are you crazy?" on her face. Sanbao winked at her, reminding her that her mother was with him and to talk slowly. Erbao was drinking water, and saw his mother opposite who looked not very good, and choked on a mouthful of water, and suddenly didn't know what to say. Lin Feng obviously rejected the other party. The little girl left sadly and was about to cry. When he came over, he saw the children. Except for the heartless and ignorant Xiaobao eating, the others kept silent. Even the talkative Erbao ate silently, and his eyes made his father wish for the best. Lin Feng understood and confessed, "Did you see it?" Zhang Yuxi hummed, "My eyes are not blind." This was full of gunpowder. Lin Feng laughed dryly a few times, stopped talking, and continued to eat. "The children are so big. My wife, please give me some face." "How can I give you face? There are little girls coming to my house. How can I give you face? Don't I want face?" "This is not what I thought. You can't blame me." "Don't blame you. Blame me?" Yes, don't blame you. Let's go back and talk about it, okay?" The couple still have a tacit understanding for more than 20 years. They understand each other with a look. Finally, Zhang Yuxi snorted coldly and her expression eased. Lin Feng thought that this matter was over, but after returning home and lying down, Zhang Yuxi looked at him with her head propped up by her hands. At first, Lin Feng didn't care until Zhang Yuxi said with emotion, "Husband, you are so handsome no matter how you look at it. You haven't changed in all these years." Lin Feng immediately felt something was wrong, and his alarm bells rang. "Wife, you haven't changed in all these years, you are still so beautiful." Zhang Yuxi smiled. "How could it be? How can I compare to my husband, right?" She knew that she was good-looking and hadn't changed much in the past few years, so she didn't have the problem of appearance anxiety. And Lin Feng has been at home for so many years, and over time, Zhang Yuxi has forgotten how handsome and attractive her husband is. Today, she saw a little girl who was the same age as the child, running to her husband. She was inexplicably scared and sad at the time. Even if her appearance was still the same as before, she was old, in her 40s. How could she compare with a little girl? She said jealously, "Husband, I warn you, be careful when you go out. Especially your heart, don't move it, otherwise I will be very angry." Lin Feng smiled. Yes, I will listen to my wife's arrangements in everything, and I will do whatever you tell me to do." Zhang Yuxi asked, "Husband, do you love me?" Lin Feng answered that he loved me, but this answer still made Zhang Yuxi feel insecure, so she asked back, "Really love me?" Lin Feng answered very affirmatively, "Of course I love you." Zhang Yuxi frowned and asked doubtfully, "We have been together for more than 20 years, you still love me? That's impossible, you should be tired of it." Lin Feng also learned to be smart, and quickly threw the topic to her, "Do you still love me after more than 20 years? Why?" Zhang Yuxi knew what he meant and sighed, "Sleep." Lin Feng asked back, "Don't answer? Why, don't you love me anymore?" Zhang Yuxi held his face and said, "Love, I love you to death." Lin Feng asked back, "Why do you love me?" It's been more than 20 years, don't you get tired of it? I don't believe it. Zhang Yuxi was angry and amused. Husband, are you trying to take advantage of me and leave me with nowhere to go? Lin Feng shook his head and laughed. No, you're overthinking it. The two talked and laughed, and then went to sleep. Chapter 678, Grades Don't Mean Anything. The next day, Zhang Yuxi had a stinky face. Erbao asked his father quietly, Dad, are you still arguing with Mom? Lin Feng was puzzled. No, your mom and I have already reconciled last night. Hearing this, Erbao was a little puzzled. Why does my mom still have this expression? Did she encounter something unhappy? Lin Feng was even more puzzled. How should I know? She was fine last night. Erbao shrugged his shoulders and couldn't find out the reason. Judging from his father's expression, he really didn't know. Because Zhang Yuxi had a gloomy face, several children including Xiaobao were very well behaved. Lin Feng felt that this was not a solution. Xiaobao asked Sanbao to send him off, and he had a good talk with Zhang Yuxi, and waited until the children left. Lin Feng sighed and asked, What's wrong with you? Zhang Yuxi looked up and asked a little aggrievedly, Do you think I'm annoying? Lin Feng shook his head. No, you are starting to misunderstand me again. I just want to know why you are unhappy. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng aggrievedly, without saying anything. Anyway, she looked at Lin Feng very aggrieved. Lin Feng? Question mark? What does this mean? Thinking back to last night, he didn't make his wife angry. Did he steal her quilt in the middle of the night? That shouldn't be the case. He sleeps very well. There is no such problem. Zhang Yuxi said aggrievedly, I dreamed that you cheated. Lin Feng? Question mark? Then what? Zhang Yuxi pursed her lips. The feeling in the dream was too real. I felt so sad, so sad. Zhang Yuxi rarely had such a dream. The feeling last night was too real. When she recalled it in the morning, she cried out of grievance. But it was a dream, not real. She told herself not to call it real. She was already an older person. There was no need to be fussy like a little girl, but she couldn't control herself. Lin Feng comforted her. It was just a dream. She knew it, and said cunningly, What if it's true? Lin Feng was choked and speechless. How could it be? I have you and you are enough. Zhang Yuxi didn't believe it. You lied to me. You men think too much? Seeing that Zhang Yuxi didn't believe it, Lin Feng sighed helplessly. You insist on saying that. What can I say? Zhang Yuxi suddenly felt wronged. Do you think I'm annoying and making trouble now? Lin Feng said frankly, I don't think you're annoying, but it's true that you're making trouble. It's just a dream. There's really no need to take it seriously. Zhang Yuxi was sad. Then why don't you comfort me? She was really upset. The feeling of being abandoned by her wife was too real, so real that it scared her. Lin Feng picked her up and coaxed her softly. Okay, we're not angry. My husband loves you the most, and he will only love you for the rest of his life. It's just a dream. We don't have to take it seriously. Be good. After coaxing for a long time, Zhang Yuxi felt much better, and she was embarrassed again after her mood calmed down. Lin Feng smiled at her. Are you not feeling wronged? Zhang Yuxi hummed and said nothing. Lin Feng smiled. See how you looked with a droopy face just now, scaring the kids. Zhang Yuxi pouted. Blame me? It was you who bullied me in my dream. Lin Feng laughed. Yes, it's my fault. In the final analysis it's all my fault, okay? Are you going to work today? Zhang Yuxi, I can go later today. I'll go pack up now. After that, Zhang Yuxi went back to the house. Summer vacation will start in July, and after about a week of study, the kids will be free, so the exams will be arranged in a few days. Lin Feng asked Sanbao to fill in the gaps and see if there was anything Xiaobao didn't know. About 2 hours passed, and Xiaobao didn't come down, so Sanbao came down with a helpless look on his face to get the fruit. Lin Feng asked, What's wrong? Sanbao sighed. This is not checking for omissions and filing in the gaps, this is new amending the sky. Everyone laughed when he said this, and then Lin Feng began to worry. Then you should work hard, the exam is in a few days. Sanbao resigned himself to going upstairs to tutor Xiaobao, and Erbao stood up and said he would go. Lin Feng called her. Are you going to join the crowd? Xiaobao can't understand what you are saying. She said you are talking a lot and it gives her a headache. Erbao was shocked and asked in disbelief. Really? Xiaobao really said that? Lin Feng hummed. It's your pace when you explain the questions. It's too fast. Zaya Abeo didn't understand any of the questions and we moved on to the next one. Abeo looked hurt. That's too much? Can you blame me? It's her fault for being a little fool. Lin Feng reminded her, be careful that Zaya Abeo will get angry when she hears you. Abeo looked indifferent. Why are you so anxious? She admits she is stupid. It's not me who said that. Lin Feng. Abeo hummed and hawed, and Sanbeo comforted her upstairs. Zaya Abeo's pace is slow. She can't understand what you are saying. Then she whispered, it's not easy for Zaya Abeo either. Don't be angry. The words it's not easy for Zaya Abeo either made Abeo less angry. He waved his hand and said, forget it. I'm a grown-up. There's no need to quibble with a child. It was really difficult for Zaya Abeo. He couldn't even answer the first grade questions. What would he do in the future? Abeo began to worry. Sanmei, you should tutor Zaya Abeo in the future. She can't even do the homework in this grade. It will definitely be more difficult in the future. Sanbeo nodded. During the summer vacation, I will let her review well and review the first volume of the second grade. See, this is why he is not worried about Zaya Abeo's grades. Lin Feng said that all the four treasures are academic masters, so there is no need to worry. Zaya Abeo's academic performance will be taken care of by others. After reviewing, Zaya Abeo went downstairs. Dad, I want to eat potato chips too. Sanbeo followed behind with a tired face. After Zaya Abeo got the potato chips, he fed them to Sanbeo. Sanji, you have worked hard. Thank you, Sanji. Sanbeo felt somewhat comforted and smiled. Are you tired? Zaya Abeo blinked his cute big eyes. Not hard. In early July, they started taking exams. In 2 days, the parents went to the school for a parent-teacher meeting and got the results. 2 days later, Lin Feng looked at the test paper with more than 90 points in his hand and expressed satisfaction. In this exam, most of our classmates got full marks, and only a few got over 90 points. I hope that the students who got over 90 points can keep up the good work. Lin Feng. Hearing what the teacher said, Lin Feng was speechless. But his mentality is still very good. With their family's current conditions, it would be fine even if Zaya Abeo doesn't have to work for the rest of his life. This is the worst plan. Of course Zaya Abeo is definitely not that bad. The desk mate who came to the parent-teacher meeting was his father, Zaya Abeo's best friend, and the one who gave the baby. The father took a look at his daughter's test paper and expressed his satisfaction. Lin Feng had met him before, so he glanced at Zaya Abeo's test paper. Grades don't mean anything. You can't measure a child's life. Lin Feng smiled slightly. I think so too. Chapter 679. I didn't think of this at first. The parents' meeting was over. Next was summer vacation. The second and third children in the family had already been discussed. The third child would tutor the youngest in the evening, and Raymond Lam would take care of the child. When Raymond Lam was thinking about what to do during the summer vacation to make it meaningful, a director called and sent him a script. He hoped that the youngest, Raymond Lam would consider letting the youngest take on this role. If there was one, there would be another. Children's toys, children's drinks, etc., all opened their phones. Among a large number of work scripts, Raymond Lam found a period drama, which was adapted from a novel. This novel was read by Lin Dashin in his time, and it tells the story of their time, close to life and business. The production team has produced many refined and popular TV series, and is a conscientious crew. The role that the other party wants Zaya Abeo to audition for is the youngest of the three sisters, and it is a likable role. She is well-behaved, sensible, smart and cute. She is a caring little cotton-padded jacket for her parents and a little helper for her older brothers and sisters. Although she went astray when she grew up, she was lucky to stop the loss in time and became the pillar of the family. It is a bit similar to the story of the heroine. After hesitating for a long time, Raymond Lam told Zaya Abeo his decision. Zaya Abeo is the kind of person who is chased by God to feed her. Acting is like a natural gift. She doesn't need to learn deliberately. As long as she understands it, her acting skills will be superb. She was previously reported by the media that she will definitely be a big actress in the future. For such a high evaluation, Raymond Lam was not happy to forget everything, but still focused on his studies. Although Zaya Abeo's academic performance seems to be not very good, so what? You still have to learn. If you don't study with poor grades, what will you do in the future? You don't know anything. Zaya Abeo thinks he can take a challenge. Dad, you decide. It has to be said that Raymond Lam's vision for choosing scripts is still very good. The scripts he picked before were very popular, and there was a wave of warm tears. There must be one that Zaya Abeo plays. Raymond Lam replied to the other director as an agent and confirmed the audition date. Whether or not they can get the role depends on the opinions of the director and others, but Raymond Lam and Zaya Abeo have a good attitude. Just work hard, and the rest depends on fate. Everyone at home is very busy, even Zhang Yuxi has to go out to study. Since the last dream, she has become much more clingy. Usually she likes to wear some plain and elegant clothes, but now she also likes to wear bright colors. Raymond Lam took Zaya Abeo to the audition. Unexpectedly, many people came to audition for this role, including Lulu who met last time. Lulu smiled and greeted Zaya Abeo, "Are you here to audition for this role too?" Zaya Abeo nodded, "Yes." Coming to audition after hearing the news is different from the director's requirements. For example, Lulu ran here after hearing the news. One by one, they were called in, and soon it was Lulu's turn. Zaya Abeo cheered her up, "Come on." Lulu smiled slightly, and her father comforted her, "It's okay, we will do our best." 10 minutes later, Lulu came out dejected, and her father didn't say anything, but patted her gently. Lulu stayed to accompany Zaya Abeo. "Have you finished your summer homework?" Zaya Abeo asked back, "You have finished it?" Lulu smiled slightly, "Yes, I have finished it." "How many points did you get in the exam this time?" Zaya Abeo forgot. "It seems to be more than 90 points. Zaya Abeo didn't care much about the scores. Adhering to the principle of hard work, she tried her best. There was nothing she could do with such a score. It was Zaya Abeo's turn soon. Lin Feng was waiting for her outside. "Come on." Zaya Abeo took a long time to go in, about 15 or 20 minutes, and Lulu looked at the door eagerly. After a while, Zaya Abeo came out, and Lin Feng asked, "Is there a result?" Zaya Abeo didn't know what was going on. "The director uncle told me to go back and wait for news, and I will know in the evening." Lulu was surprised. "Then you still have hope?" "The director asked me to go back and contact me if there is a chance in the future." She was completely hopeless and she was sad. Zaya Abeo comforted her, "It's okay, there will be opportunities in the future." Lulu hummed, "My dad and I are leaving, we'll contact each other another day, remember to do your summer homework when you go back." Zaya Abeo waved his hand reluctantly, "Okay, got it." In the evening, the director came over and confirmed that Zaya Abeo would play the role of the third sister. The official filming would start in mid-July, and it would be finished before the start of school on September 1st. Even the director said, "After you go back, finish your summer homework." Zaya Abeo pouted and didn't answer. The role was decided. In the next 10 days, Zaya Abeo did her summer homework during the day, and Erbeo and Sanbeo took turns to tutor her and review the content of the first semester of the second grade at night. Occasionally, during the day, Lin Feng took her to learn taekwondo, swim, go to the playground, etc., and her life was very fulfilling. In a blink of an eye, it was time to start filming. Zaya Abeo was the first to join the crew, and thought that he would finish the filming quickly so that he could go to school. He stayed in a hotel arranged by the director, so he didn't expect it to be too good. It was very good to be clean and tidy, and there was food. Because it is a period drama, the crew also built a small courtyard very conscientiously, and the houses inside were also restored one to one. The crew made up Zaya Abeo, put on a plaid jacket of the period, and painted the white and chubby sister a shade darker. Raymond Lam is Zaya Abeo's assistant, serving tea and water to Zaya Abeo, fanning her, etc. Children need to grow up, so the crew allows her to cook for herself, and Raymond Lam cooks for her. Zaya Abeo can take a nap at noon, and she doesn't have to get up so early in the morning to shoot according to the class time. This approach made Raymond Lam feel good about this crew, and there is a reason why they are so popular. The house was built in the studio, and most of the time it was shot indoors, and it was so hot inside that it was uncomfortable. Raymond Lam took a small fan and fanned it. "Is it hot?" Zaya Abeo nestled in Raymond Lam's arms. "Dad, I want to eat ice cream." "Okay, Dad will go buy it." Raymond Lam not only bought a lot of ice cream, but also bought more than 20 watermelons for the whole crew to eat together. While they were eating watermelon, Lin Feng suggested that they could install air conditioners in the room where they were filming, so that it would not be visible unless it was filmed. The director pursed his lips. "Our crew doesn't have that much money." The director then told Lin Feng the truth. Many investors are not optimistic about this drama, and they withdrew their capital after just a few days of filming. How about you invest some money? Last time, when Xiao Bao was filming, the director couldn't get investment, so Lin Feng invested. As a result, he made a lot of money, and the outside world said that those investors must be regretting it. Lin Feng looked at the director's eager eyes. Well, how much money do you want to invest? The director saw that there was a play, and hurriedly said, "It's not much money, you decide how much to invest." What kind of words are these? He didn't know how much to invest, and he didn't know much about this industry. The director hesitated. How about investing 20 million? Lin Feng was silent for a while and asked, "Did you do it on purpose?" The director hurriedly explained, No, I just thought of it suddenly, and I didn't think of it at first." Chapter 680, the most popular child star. So, that's how it was. Raymond Lam became an investor again without knowing it. As an investor, Raymond Lam would not be so stingy. He installed air conditioners in several rooms where the filming was done, so that the actors would be cool when filming inside. 2 more high-power air conditioners were added to the studio. After just 2 days, the studio became much cooler. The harsh environment of the crew suddenly became much more comfortable. The director felt it was very cool, and everyone was more willing to stay in the studio. It was hot in July and August, and the sun was so strong during the day that it was impossible to film. So it was always when the weather turned cooler, or in the evening, but it was not good either, because there were a lot of mosquitoes. The crew was also a person who had seen big winds and waves, and mosquito coils and insecticides were arranged. But even so, Xiao Bao was bitten by several big bumps, which looked scary. Raymond Lam was heartbroken, and the crew members were also heartbroken. After this period of getting along, Xiao Bao has become everyone's happy fruit, and they feel so happy to tease her every day. Although Xiao Bao was born in a wealthy family, she has a good personality and likes to play with everyone. The director waved his hand and said, "Xiao Bao, go back. That's it for tonight." Raymond Lam naturally took care of his daughter first. After taking Xiao Bao back to the hotel, the little girl said bitterly, "Dad, I feel uncomfortable." Raymond Lam quickly applied medicine to his daughter. These medicines were all prepared by him and were very effective. At night, while Xiao Bao was asleep, Raymond Lam started to tinker and make a kind of incense. The next day was filmed in the greenhouse. After Raymond Lam got familiar with the crew, he sent Xiao Bao to the crew and went back to cook. The cooking place was in the hotel kitchen. In order to avoid squeezing with the chef, he started cooking after 9 o'clock. After the meal was ready, he took it back to the room, then went to pick up his daughter and continued filming in the afternoon. During the night filming, Raymond Lam applied medicine on his daughter and lit incense at the filming location. It worked very well. Raymond Lam made a lot, kept some for himself, and gave the rest to the director. The director was overjoyed. With this thing in the future, he would no longer be afraid of night scenes. When Raymond Lam watched Xiao Bao filming, he just thought his daughter acted well, but he didn't think his daughter was extremely talented. Instead, the director praised Xiao Bao, saying that God was really chasing her to feed her, and the little guy's acting skills were better than he expected. The filming lasted from mid-July to mid-August, and in a month, Xiao Bao lost a lot of weight. The weather was hot and the people were busy, which made Xiao Bao lose some appetite. The slim Xiao Bao is still very consistent with the original character. Their crew is not very far from Beijing. Da Bao and Si Bao came over without saying hello that day, and Xiao Bao ran over, "Big brother, fourth brother." Everyone looked and saw a calm and handsome young man with a graceful and elegant temperament coming to the studio. The other one is a sunny and handsome guy with white teeth and a bright smile. Wow, so handsome. Oh my god, they said they are father and son, do you believe it? Anyway, I don't believe it. They are too young. Both of them are so handsome. I heard that all 4 children in their family are very outstanding. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. Oh, I'm dreaming. Si Bao suddenly picked up Xiao Bao. Wow, you've lost weight. Xiao Bao frowned. Put me down, I don't want you to hug me, you stink. Si Bao then remembered that he had smoked a cigarette before. He quickly put Xiao Bao down and smiled. Da Bao squatted down and was about to fix her pigtails, but Xiao Bao dodged and said, "This is what the director asked us to do." Da Bao smiled and said, "Are you tired? Is it hard work?" Others may think that filming is a very tiring thing, but Xiao Bao just thinks it's fun and shook his head. Not tiring? Lin Feng asked his two sons, why are you here? Dabao smiled and said, I went to do something. I happened to pass by here, so I stayed overnight and will leave tomorrow. Sibao followed and said, I finished my training recently, and came to see you and Xiaobao. Lin Feng asked, have you eaten? Dabao, we ate something after we got off the car. The director saw that the reminiscing was almost over, so he went over to let Xiaobao continue filming. Xiaobao waved, wait until I'm done, you must wait for me. Dabao waved, okay, well I'll wait for you. As the filming was going on, Sibao started recording and said proudly, even if he's dressed up as a little beggar, Xiaobao is super cute. Dabao found a chair and sat down. Dad, how are you lately? Lin Feng smiled, still the same, how about you? Dabao also smiled, me too, not much has changed. But his dad has not changed for so many years, he still looks very young, I don't know how he maintains himself. Lin Feng took out 2 big oranges from his pocket, the kind that can reduce internal heat, go eat. Sibao has grown up and knows not to grab food. Dad, this is for you and Xiaobao. Dabao didn't do anything. Dad, you and Xiaobao can eat it. In June of this year, Dabao became the chief planner of the project, and his future is limitless. But the limitation is his hair. Raymond Lam beckoned Dabao to stretch his head over. Let me see if you are bald. Dabao stretched his head over and was startled. No way. Raymond Lam took a look. Well, it may be because of your hairstyle, you are not bald. Dabao's serious expression finally showed a crack. Dad, you almost scared me to death, you are not bald, I can't be bald. Raymond Lam was stunned and looked at his son with a little sympathy. He didn't know whether his son was bald or not, but he certainly would not be bald, because he had a system to prevent him from being bald. I heard that excessive brain use can cause severe hair loss. Raymond Lam patted his son's shoulder. Come on, try not to be bald. Why did Dabao feel that his father was weird? He said seriously, I will try hard. Sibao laughed so hard, do you two want to make me laugh to death? After Xiaobao's shooting, Raymond Lam took her to the hotel and dressed the little girl up, and she immediately became beautiful. Sibao looked at Xiaobao who had lost a lot of weight. How long will the filming take? Xiaobao smiled and said, it's almost time, I will finish in a week. She only played the childhood period, which was not a lot, but very important. The 3 stages of youth, middle age, etc. were all played by different actors, so there was no deliberate pretending to be young, which was embarrassing to watch. Xiaobao didn't take many roles, but she has always been a hot topic. First, her acting skills are online. Second, her family conditions are so good. And third, she is likable, so she doesn't even need to establish a character. There are mother fans, sister-in-law fans, big brother fans, father fans, future father-in-law fans, mother-in-law fans. As long as she is there, there will be topics. She is the most popular child star in the circle, no one else. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 681 Xiaobao finished. Sibao wanted to hug Xiaobao, but Lin Feng stopped him. Xiaobao is so big, we won't hug her. Although Xiaobao is the second child who is loved by everyone. But this love is not really spoiled by Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi. It is all spoiled by her 4 older brothers and sisters, as well as her cousins and relatives around her. There is no way, she is the only girl now. Even Miffin, a younger brother who is much younger than her, is spoiled. Lin Feng has no choice. Fortunately Xiaobao has not developed the habit of being spoiled, and is quite well behaved. At the age when cats and dogs are disgusted, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi have no worries, and several children in the family take turns to take care of her. Xiaobao pouted and acted coquettishly, but Dad, I'm so tired today. Lin Feng didn't soften his heart this time, but his 2 brothers softened their hearts immediately, and Sibao said to let go and hug him. It's okay, see brother will hug you. Xiaobao works so hard, what's wrong with hugging? We are little princesses, what's wrong with hugging? Lin Feng sighed, there was nothing he could do. The children are almost 9 years old, not just 1 or 2 years old. It is not right for them to be carried by their brother wherever they go, right? But the children are older, and what he says is not so effective anymore. After all, it is not like when they were little, when they would listen to his opinions on everything. Now the 4 babies are all adults, and sometimes, we have to respect their ideas. Dabao is doing scientific research, and he has been steady since he was a child. Now he stands with his father Lin Feng. He looks steady, not inferior at all. Sibao occasionally looks back and sees Lin Feng's appearance, and can't help but sigh in his heart. Their dad is really young. After so many years, he hasn't changed at all. I am really envious. Dabao and Sibao only stayed for one night, and Xiaobao pouted, her face full of unhappiness. She missed the past when her brothers and sisters were around her, the family was lively, and no one dared to bully her. Sibao coaxed her, little princess is unhappy. Xiaobao's mouth was raised high, and he said against his will, no. Sibao smiled and comforted, wait for brother to come back when he is free, and bring you a gift, okay? Whatever you want, brother will buy it for you. Xiaobao never lacks supplies, everyone in the family, including herself, is a rich woman. I don't like anything, as long as brother comes back and stays for a few more days. Sibao's heart softened, okay, brother will retire in a few years and play with you every day. Xiaobao didn't believe this, but he was still very happy. Then let's go on a trip as a family, okay? Everyone. Xiaobao likes to be lively, and what he looks forward to most is that the family can get together. Dabao smiled slightly, okay, brother's work here is almost done, and he will play with you then. Xiaobao nodded heavily, she absolutely trusts Dabao, okay. Sibao is a foodie, and Xiaobao is no less, the two of them get together to eat. Lin Feng talked to Dabao about work. In a blink of an eye, Lin Feng became one of the parents who urged their children to get married. Are you two dating? The two answered no. Lin Feng absolutely did not believe it, you are lying to me. How could 2 sons be so outstanding without dating? You must be lying. Besides, the reason why Lin Feng asked this question was because he had heard some rumors. Dabao and Sibao cried out that they were wronged. Lin Feng laughed angrily and pointed at Sibao and said, I heard that you like a certain female coach over there, right? Sibao looked like he was struck by lightning. Dad, you. This expression was a confession. Lin Feng turned his head and questioned Dabao, does the little girl we met last time like you? What about you? What do you think? Dabao was calmer than Sibao. Dad, there are many people who like me. I don't have any ideas. I just want to work hard and finish the project at hand. Seeing Dabao's expression, Lin Feng estimated that he could not be relied on. This child has been a person with his own ideas since he was young, and Lin Feng did not expect much from him. Turning his head, he leaned over and asked Sibao, tell me about the girl. What stage are you guys at now? Sibao huddled in the corner, trembling a little. Dad, she's the daughter of a senior executive over there. We're just in a normal relationship right now. Lin Feng encouraged his son, grasp the opportunity. If you like her, go after her bravely. You have to grasp your own happiness. After a second thought, he comforted his son again. It doesn't matter if you really can't get her. A forced melon is not sweet. Look for it slowly. Don't rush. Sibao nodded, I know, Dad. Since they were 2 months old, Lin Feng has been raising them up little by little, worrying about everything. Now that the children have stable jobs and are of marriageable age, he can't get over that hurdle. Xiaobao blinked his eyes, fourth brother, will you still like me when you have a sister-in-law in the future? Sibao laughed, what are you talking about? You are my sister. I like you whether you have a sister-in-law or not. Xiaobao was relieved. After dinner, he went for a walk to digest the food. Dabao made phone calls from one end of the street to the other, talking about work. The originally booked flight was rescheduled to an earlier date. Dad, Xiaobao. Lin Feng was reluctant to leave, but he expressed his understanding. Go ahead and do your work. Just call or send a message when you get there. Don't worry about us. The most important thing is to take care of yourself. Just call home more often when you have time. Dabao respects Lin Feng from the bottom of his heart and thinks that Lin Feng is a very great father. Dabao squatted down and helped Xiaobao to braid her hair. Xiaobao, there is a change in my brother's work, so I have to leave early. Xiaobao's eyes were red. Well, if you are tired, you should have a good rest. Remember to call me. Dabao kissed her forehead and smiled. Okay. After saying hello to Sabao, Dabao left in a hurry. They played until very late, and the next day Xiaobao was still asleep, so Sabao said goodbye to Lin Feng. Dad, you've taken care of Xiaobao, please take care of yourself. Call me if you need anything, I'll be back for the new year. Raymond Lam smiled, I'll bring a girlfriend back. Sabao smiled, I'll try my best. After Xiaobao woke up, he wasn't surprised to not see Sabao, he just muttered, hateful. The days went on, and in a blink of an eye, Xiaobao finished filming. Because school was about to start, the crew was keeping a tight schedule for Xiaobao to come. How should I put it? When I saw Raymond Lam tutoring Xiaobao in the studio with a second grade course book, Xiaobao's big eyes full of confusion, just really made people feel distressed. People outside said that Xiaobao's grades were not good, and they thought it was a joke. Now, I didn't expect it to be true. Xiaobao studied very hard, and Raymond Lam was very distressed to teach him, and he gave all the joy to the people around him. In order to prevent Xiaobao from falling behind in his studies, the director kept a close eye on the child. It seemed to say, don't delay the child's studies. Chapter 682 Time cannot defeat beauty. The first day of school in September was held as scheduled. Xiaobao, who has grown a lot taller than before, now stands out among the female classmates and even the whole class. Xiaobao grew up in a golden nest, and she wears all her own brand clothes. Luxury goods are only worn when she is not in school. On the first day of school, Xiaobao's face was full of pain. I would rather film than go to school. It was very similar to the daily morning routine of workers. Bao is a female boss. She sets her own working hours. If there is no important matter in the company, she can come later. Besides, there are a lot of designs waiting for her, so she can't be idle anyway. At the dinner table, Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi, Sanbao and Xiaobao had breakfast together. As soon as Xiaobao finished speaking, Zhang Yuxi's face sank slightly. What did you say? Others have a kind mother and a strict father. Their family has a kind father and a strict mother. Zhang Yuxi will retire from the position of principal in a few years, and there will be a higher position waiting for her. Now, she has the spirit of a strong woman in her every move. When she gets angry, the children are quite afraid of her. Xiaobao was startled and quickly sat down to eat. Sanbao gave him a comforting look. Eat, sister will take you to school later. Xiaobao said. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi to work today, and her car was taken for inspection and will be returned tomorrow. In fact, there are several cars in the family that can be driven. Anyway, Lin Feng was free, so he simply accompanied his wife, as if he had not taken his wife to work for a long time. After breakfast, they left separately. When the couple were alone, Zhang Yuxi was gentle. Lin Feng did not go back at noon, and ate outside with Zhang Yuxi. Go home together after get off work. Zhang Yuxi smiled slightly. Okay. The car stopped at the school gate. Zhang Yuxi got out of the car and immediately attracted the attention of the people around her. Lin Feng rolled down the window, and his handsome and young appearance made the people around him gasp. Oh my god, this is the principal's husband? Isn't he too young and too handsome? Although the people around them didn't know what the couple said, it was obvious that they had a good relationship. Zhang Yuxi's smile gradually disappeared after the car drove away, and she turned into the serious headmistress again. She walked gracefully, holding a small bag, and went straight to the office. Occasionally, when she met acquaintances, she would greet them with a smile, or when she met classmates, she would do the same. It is said that time never defeats beauty. Their headmistress is so elegant and beautiful. For a moment, they didn't know who to envy. Sanbao drove Xiaobao to school, taking care of her meticulously and speaking in a very gentle voice. Be happy, it will be the new year after the end of this semester, and then we can go out and play lively, okay? Xiaobao, who had his head drooping, finally became energetic. When will the new year be? Sanbao smiled slightly. In a few months, very soon. Xiaobao said, looking at the school gate that had already arrived. She sighed, and looked quite resigned. Sanbao smiled helplessly and took her to school. Sanbao's appearance is getting more and more amazing, so beautiful that anyone who sees her will be amazed. She is not only elegant, intellectual, fashionable, beautiful, and talented. All the beautiful words are gathered in her. She is so noble that people dare not approach her and can only admire her from afar. Sanbao held the slow-moving Zaya Abeo by the hand. Did you change the classroom? Zaya Abeo was at a loss. I don't know. This year she was promoted to new class, and the classroom is on the second floor. Sanbao held her school bag in one hand and held her hand in the other. When she arrived at the class, she greeted the head teacher. In the past, this teacher also taught Sanbao. Now they are very proud to tell others about it. After the greetings, Sanbao handed Zaya Abeo behind her to the teacher. Teacher, I am sorry to trouble you. The teacher smiled and said, no trouble, no trouble. Zaya Abeo is a very good child. Sanbao waved. Third sister is leaving. Be good in school. Goodbye. Zaya Abeo waved. Goodbye, sister. In the new semester, the first class of the school, the teacher selected class cutters. Unexpectedly, the class monitor was taken by Zaya Abeo, and she was confused about it. In her opinion, to be a class monitor, one must have very good academic performance. But she is not good at studying. After class, Zaya Abeo went to the teacher's office and said frankly that she was not a good class monitor. Zaya Abeo's grades were not good, but she was far superior to her peers in terms of dealing with people. Maybe her experience and knowledge were different from other children. The teacher asked with a smile. No, the teacher thinks you are very good. Since your classmates recognize you, it means you can do it. To be a class monitor, you don't have to use grades to speak, as long as you are excellent. After school at noon, Zaya Abeo went to the after-school care center to eat. She called Lin Feng to tell him about being a class monitor. Lin Feng encouraged his daughter, and the general meaning was the same as the teacher. You are excellent, and grades don't mean anything. Zaya Abeo was greatly encouraged. Dad, I will definitely study hard. Lin Feng. Lin Feng smiled. Okay, we will work hard. After hanging up the phone, Zhang Yuxi held her cheek and smiled. Zaya Abeo is the class monitor. Lin Feng also smiled. Yes, you still have to study hard. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Very good. She had long seen whether her daughter was a good student. She studied so hard, but the results were very limited. As a mother, I feel quite distressed. Zaya Abeo became the class monitor, which was not a trivial matter for the whole family. After school, they called to celebrate, and Zaya Abeo was so coaxed that he didn't know which way to go. The sentence they said most often, since he is the class monitor, we should take the lead in studying hard. Lin Feng was busy preparing a banh meal in the kitchen, and Zhang Yuxi went to help. Abeo and Sanbao surrounded Zaya Abeo and praised him in various ways. Zhang Yuxi sighed and muttered, isn't it just being a class monitor? Why is it so celebratory? Lin Feng smiled, isn't it just to encourage Zaya Abeo? This class monitor is really effective. Zaya Abeo took the initiative to study and became active in school. Because she is the class monitor, she has to be one step ahead of her classmates in everything. Have you checked the homework? Sanbao asked. Checked. Then check it again. Zaya Abeo understood that there were mistakes. In the unit test a week later, he got 98 points in Chinese and 99 points in mathematics. This gave Zaya Abeo great confidence. I don't believe that learning is so difficult. Chapter 683 Travel Arrangements. After September, the long holiday begins. For other people, it is rush hour, but for families like Lin Feng who have private jets, the air traffic is not congested. On the day of the holiday, it was the last class in the class. Zaya Abeo talked with his deskmate about where to go during the holiday. Zaya Abeo blinked. Maybe we will go to see the snow, maybe to see the sea, maybe to Beijing. We haven't discussed it yet. The deskmate's eyes lit up. Wow, class monitor, does your family have a plane? Zaya Abeo hummed. The deskmate looked envious. Then if you have a plane, you can go wherever you want, right? Seeing her so envious, thinking about her calling him class monitor all the time, Zaya Abeo suddenly felt that he should do something. Where are you going to go during the holiday? Because it's too congested, my dad said that we won't get together with people and we'll just play at home. Zaya Abeo hesitated. Then, do you want to go with me? Children of their age are at the age of playing. Who doesn't want to go out and play? Yes, can I take a plane? This class is a self-study class, and the teacher is not so strict. As soon as the bell rings, they will go to the study room for the holiday. Sure. After asking the reason, the children around also wanted to take Zaya Abeo's plane to go out and play. Zaya Abeo's popularity in the class is beyond words. Now, All the children in the class want to take Xiaobeo's plane to play together. Xiaobeo waved his hand and said no problem, turned around and asked the teacher if he wanted to go. The teacher was excited. Can so many people take it? Xiaobeo said he would go back and discuss with his family and ask Lin Feng if it was okay. Last night, Lin Feng was still discussing with Zhang Yuxi where to take Xiaobeo to play during this long vacation. Zhang Yuxi regretted, "You guys go out and play, I have too much work on my hands and I can't leave." This semester is crucial to Zhang Yuxi's work. Whether she can serve as the Deputy Dean of Education depends on this, so she is very busy. Lin Feng hugged her. "Okay, when you are free, I will take you out to play alone." Zhang Yuxi smiled slightly. "Okay." Lin Feng thought about it, "Then let's go to Beijing to have a look." After school, Lin Feng learned about this and was a little confused. But Xiaobeo had said it, so Lin Feng had to support the little baby. "How many people are there in your class?" 52, including the teacher, 57 people. Their private plane couldn't accommodate so many people. No, they would have to make more trips back and forth. Lin Feng only thought about it for a few seconds before agreeing, and let her communicate with the teacher herself. "Just give me the time, address, and list." Xiaobeo happily called the teacher and talked for half an hour. It was already around 10 o'clock in the evening when the matter was decided. This time, Lin Feng, Erbeo and Sanbeo must go with him. Although each child is accompanied by a parent, they can't be careless. As for where to go, they originally planned to see the snow. But the children prefer to go to the beach, and since many parents don't have passports, they can only book in China. Lin Feng has a villa in Sanya, and he also knows the nearby shops. He arranged the itinerary properly in one night, and made a table and posted it in the group. Parents in the group showed up one after another to express their gratitude. "Thank you, Xiaobeo's father, I'm sorry to bother you." "Xiaobeo's father, you've worked hard on this arrangement, thank you." My son is very happy and said thank you. Since they are playing in China, Lin Feng plans to go to Beijing to see Dabeo and Sibeo, and also to see Lin Ji's family. Xiaobeo is accompanied by Erbeo and Sanbeo. On the first day of the holiday, at the airport, Lin Feng's flight to Beijing was an hour earlier and he left for Beijing. On the other side, the first batch of classmates and parents who took a private plane arrived. "Wow, Monitor, is this your plane? So luxurious and beautiful. Monitor, you can rest and sleep here, can I lie down for a while? I'm so envious, I also want a plane like this. Mom, can we buy a plane like this?" Mom said, "Child, you are dreaming. Do you know how much this plane costs? We will never have this money in our lifetimes, okay?" The children are still young, and they are very surprised to sit on such a luxurious plane. Mi Chang is still cool in September, but you have to wear short sleeves and shorts to go to Sanya. The girls in the class started to show off their swimsuits. "Mine is pink, my favorite color. Look, mine has a little skirt, so pretty." Most of the boys were holding toys, saying they were going to the sea, digging crabs, picking up conchs, etc. For a while, it was very lively. Lin Feng's main purpose of taking a plane to Beijing was to buy real estate for his children. Dabeo and Sibeo now work in Beijing, so renting a house is not a solution. "Ah, are you Xiaobeo's father?" Lin Feng's appearance is too eye-catching, it's hard not to be noticed. He bought a first-class cabin, and the young girl next to him exclaimed with wide eyes, with an unbelievable look on her face. Although it was a rhetorical question, she said it very affirmatively without waiting for Lin Feng to answer. "Oh my god, you are almost 50 years old, and you look so young, just like you are in your early 30s. Lin Feng smiled very gentlemanly and put on the Bluetooth headset to indicate that he wanted to be alone. The girl took out her phone and asked, "Can I take a photo with you?" After being a father for so many years, Raymond Lam's personality was very Buddhist. It was just a photo, why wouldn't he agree? As a father of 5 children, he had to pay attention to his image when he went out. After taking the photo, the girl kept talking. "What young, what handsome, can you sign autographs, etc." Raymond Lam suddenly felt like a star and felt his head buzzing. Fortunately, the other party was a perceptive person. Seeing that Raymond Lam adjusted his seat and prepared to rest, he didn't say anything. Occasionally, she secretly looked at Raymond Lam, but he noticed. A man in his 50s. He looks too young and too mature. He takes good care of himself, his skin is so good, there are no wrinkles, What skincare products do you use? After getting off the plane, Raymond Lam said goodbye to the girl and declined her request to contact him. He went to find Sibeo as soon as possible. He had communicated with him by phone before and said that he was still in training, so he didn't know if he was busy now. It will be dinner time in an hour. No matter how busy he is, he still has to eat. Lin Feng wanted to enter the stadium but was stopped. This was not an ordinary stadium, it was a training ground for athletes from all over the world. Lin Feng had no choice but to call Sibeo. I'm outside your training ground, come out to pick me up. Sibeo thought Lin Feng was joking. You're here? Don't tease me, Dad. Aren't you going to Sanaya with Xiaobao and the others today? To be honest, none of the children would question what Lin Feng said. Except for Sibeo, the idiot. Lin Feng said expressionlessly, come out to pick me up. Sibeo quickly said, okay, I'll come out to pick you up. Chapter 684 Visiting Two Sons. In less than 3 minutes, Sibeo came running over in a red sportswear. Hey, Dad, you're really here. Lin Feng couldn't help rolling his eyes. What good would it be if I lied to you? Sibeo giggled, I'm really surprised. This is the first time I've been surprised like this since I was a child. Lin Feng looked at him. Compared to other children in the family, Sibeo had a kind of innocent sunshine. Yes, innocent. Sibeo was holding his luggage, smiling like a flower. Dad, why are you here? Lin Feng said lightly, am I disturbing you? Sibeo shook his head hurriedly. No, how can I disturb you? Even if I am very busy, I have to put everything aside when you come. Lin Feng chuckled twice. I called your eldest brother. You will accompany me for lunch at noon, and he will accompany me for dinner at night. Sibeo smiled. Okay. Lin Feng looked at the heartless Sibeo. Where's that girl? Sibeo didn't understand for a while. Which girl? Lin Feng reminded. It's the girl you like. Take me to see her. Sibeo didn't feel embarrassed, carrying the luggage to take his father to his office first, and poured a glass of water. Lin Feng drank a sip of water and said lightly, I came this time. One is to see the situation here, and the other is to treat your colleagues and friends to a meal. Thank them for their care for you. I'm not familiar with the surroundings. You can choose the restaurant. Dad will treat you. After Sibeo left the office, Lin Feng put down the water cup and looked around. Several decorations that are very different from Sibeo's style can be seen, such as several pots of succulents on the windowsill, and some cute cartoon stickers, etc. Half an hour later, Sibeo came back, followed by several of his leaders. One of them was Lin Feng, and after a few pleasantries, the restaurant was finally booked at the hot pot restaurant opened by Lin Feng in Beijing. The private room was booked with just a phone call. In today's words, Sibeo has social bullshit. He greeted his friends and leaders and played the drinking table culture very well. This time, as expected, the little girl was also seen. Her nickname is Xiaoya, her family background is beyond doubt, and she is also beautiful. She is generous in her gestures, but her personality is very quiet. Urging marriage is urging marriage, and Lin Feng will not interfere with the children's love affairs. No matter what the other party's identity is, as long as they like each other, he will support them. At the dinner table, when Xiaoya was mentioned, everyone smiled and said nothing. It seems that everyone knows about the two of them. Lin Feng has a system in his hand, so he doesn't get drunk when drinking. These people are also very restrained when drinking, and they stop when they are satisfied. After lunch, they had to go back and be busy. Sibeo said that he would take a leave tomorrow to take him for a walk. Lin Feng smiled. No, you have to be busy with your own things. I can't stay here for many days. Which parent doesn't want to spend more time with their children? It's just that work is important at the moment, and he doesn't want to delay his children's affairs. As a parent, he can't keep up with his children. After leaving, Lin Feng took a car to find Dabao. Dabao's research laboratory is in a very remote place. It's not easy for Lin Feng to see him. First of all, you need a pass and relevant certificates. Even so, you can only see Dabao outside. If you want to go to the laboratory to see him, even family members are not allowed. Lin Feng feels very proud that his child can become a pillar of the country. Looking at the building in front of him, he sighs with emotion about his childhood wish. When I grow up, I want to be a scientist. He didn't realize it, but his son fulfilled his wish for him. Dabao was wearing a white coat and walking on the mirror-like floor. Dad, why are you here? Lin Feng smiled. I came to see you. Did it delay your work? Of course it delayed you. For people like them who work on R&D projects, life is like a clock. Dabao smiled. No, when did you arrive? Did you eat? Lin Feng, I arrived around noon. I had lunch with your fourth brother, his friend and leader. How about you? Did you have lunch? Dabao, I had lunch in the cafeteria. Lin Feng explained his purpose, and Dabao hesitated. Lin Feng didn't want to embarrass his son and quickly said, "It's okay. You guys are busy. I'll go back after seeing you once." In his heart, he felt indescribably lonely. Dabao smiled. "Dad, how about this? You eat with us in the cafeteria this afternoon. This way it will be convenient for me to meet my colleagues and leaders, so we can just eat together." Lin Feng understood Dabao. Their work was really too busy. They were so busy that they didn't even check their phones, answer calls, or reply to messages for a week. They were so devoted to their work that they were almost selfless. Dabao is no longer the same as before. He has several jobs and several independent projects, so he can't get away. As long as he can have some time to accompany his son for dinner, why wouldn't Lin Feng agree? There are still 2 hours before get-off work ends, so Lin Feng is resting and reading magazines. When he came, all his communication equipment was handed in, so he was bored and could only read magazines. These are the world's top scientific magazines. Dabao set the record of the youngest publisher, which has not been broken so far. "Hello." An old man in a white coat came over to say hello. Lin Feng didn't know him and guessed that he was a big shot. He stood up. "Hello." The old man sat down and chatted with Lin Feng. "Do you understand it?" Lin Feng smiled. "I can understand it, but I don't understand the meaning." After chatting for a few sentences, the old man realized that Lin Feng could speak 8 languages, including Spanish. The old man was only a little surprised. After all, he had seen too many geniuses. The old man asked casually, "Who are you?" Lin Feng was stunned. He thought the old man knew him, but he didn't expect that he just came to chat. "Lin Feng, I'm Lin Pingping's parent." After chatting for a while, the old man looked at Lin Feng with a surprised expression for the first time. He thought Lin Feng was a student who came here, or a researcher who was transferred here. Unexpectedly, he was not only not a student, but also the father of his student. He looked too young and outstanding. Lin Feng had great respect for scientific researchers and these pillars who contributed to the country. This old man is indeed a big shot. He is currently following up on Dabao's project and has high expectations for him. At the same time, the old man also praised Lin Feng for being able to raise such an outstanding son. Because of the special identity of Lin Feng, when he was getting food in the cafeteria, the aunt kept serving him more, for fear that he would not eat enough. Lin Feng didn't eat much, and kept saying enough, enough. When turning to leave, the aunt asked in a low voice, "Are you really Lin's father?" Lin Feng exclaimed, "Yes." The aunt widened her eyes in disbelief. "Wow, you are so young, people would believe you are brothers." Lin Feng was used to it, smiled, and sat with Dabao with a lunchbox. The cafeteria was very beautiful and clean. The researchers here all wore white coats and badges. When Lin Feng appeared, many people couldn't help but look at him, and his expression was just a little more reserved than that of the aunt. Dabao's colleagues on the side, every time they heard the boss in their hearts call the person opposite who seemed to be about the same age Dad. Their faces were very strange, and they lowered their heads to eat. Because they were too busy, they had to give up the original plan to invite them to dinner in the evening. Lin Feng expressed his gratitude to Dabao's colleagues and leaders. "Dabao has asked you to take care of this child a lot. I came in a hurry this time and didn't bring anything. Next time I will bring some snacks made by myself." One of the lively young people glanced at Lin Feng and said with courage, "Uncle, I want Lin Yuanyuan's contact." Under Dabao's cold eyes, the young man gradually became silent and lowered his head to continue eating. This one glance showed Dabao's position in the team. Lin Feng was relieved and pretended not to hear the young man's words. Lin Feng tasted a bite. The food in this cafeteria is well cooked and tastes great. Chapter 685. Let's talk about men. After dinner, they sat for a while. After people left one after another, only Dabao was left. Lin Feng looked at his watch. It was almost time. "You go and do your work. I'm going back." Dabao stood up. "Dad, I'll take you there." Lin Feng waved his hand. No, you're busy. Work is important. Don't delay it." Dabao smiled. "It doesn't matter if I take this little time." Dabao took him out of the research institute. Looking at his son who had grown up under the lights, Lin Feng felt a little uncomfortable. Work is important, but health is more important. You should eat well and take more rest. Don't hide anything, you can talk to me and your mom, don't do everything by yourself. If you have no money, go to your dad, I have money, you know? As long as the problem can be solved with money, don't worry, dad is here. The weather in the north is cold, autumn is coming soon, don't catch a cold. Lin Feng wanted to say a few words, but he couldn't stop talking. His child, from 2 months old, watched him grow up little by little. Now, throughout the year, we can only see each other during the Chinese New Year. As an old father, I feel bad. Dabao nodded, Dad, I will take good care of myself, and you and Mom will do the same at home. Don't worry about me, I'm already an adult, not a child anymore. Lin Feng nodded with emotion, yes, not a child anymore. The transportation here is not convenient, and a staff member happened to have something to do, so he took Lin Feng into the city. Go back, it's windy and cold today. Lin Feng rolled down the window and waved to Dabao. Seeing his son standing there and watching him leave, his heart choked. Soon, he received a call from Dabao, who asked with a smile, Dad, where are you and my brother eating? How about taking me with you? It immediately pulled Lin Feng out of his sad mood. They're busy, so I ate in the cafeteria with your eldest brother and are walking back now. What are you going to do in the evening? How about I take you for a stroll? Okay. When they arrived at the place, Lin Feng thanked him, and when he got off the car, he saw that Dabao was wearing only 2 pieces. The wind was blowing outside, and it was like spring. Young people have good physical fitness. Lin Feng pulled his long coat together and asked, aren't you cold? Dabao grinned, no, just right. Lin Feng asked again, where are you taking me to play? Dabao laughed, go shopping. Lin Feng looked at Dabao suspiciously. He knew his son to some extent. People like him like shopping? It's more like going to eat. Along the way, his son kept eating. Lin Feng knew that Dabao was a foodie, and exercise consumes physical energy. He asked while walking, do you want to eat this? Do you want this? Perhaps because he loved sports since he was a child and had a strong talent in this area, Dabao was the tallest of the 4 children. Then he saw a tall man of more than 1.8 meters, following behind Lin Feng, laughing like a child. Dad, let's go in and have a look. Unknowingly, they came to the shopping mall in Beijing. Lin Feng had been here before, and all the things sold there were luxury goods. Seeing his son taking him to the store, his eyebrows slightly raised. Let me see this. Dabao pointed to a fashionable men's watch and said to the beautiful woman at the counter. The beautiful woman took it out with a smile, are you going to buy it today? Dabao took it to Lin Feng like offering a treasure, Dad, look, does this watch look good? Lin Feng nodded, it looks good and is quite fashionable. Dabao grinned, Dad, I like it, buy it for me. Lin Feng pointed to his watch, do you know how many years I have worn this one? It has been 5 or 6 years since it was a new model and has become a classic. Dabao bought the watch last year because he liked it, not because it was practical. He is a trainer, and there are clocks everywhere in the place, and he also has a clock hanging around his neck. He has no shortage of tools to tell time. Dabao is so old, but he is still like a child who can't eat candy. Oh. It's not that he doesn't have the money to buy a watch, it would be no problem to buy it in a few minutes. It's because it's not practical that he is still struggling with it. Lin Feng turned his head and looked, why don't I buy you a few sets of clothes? Dabao's eyes lit up, let's go, Dad, I've seen an alpaca coat, it's really nice, I've wanted to buy it for a long time, but it's too expensive. The clothes are very nice, but the price is indeed a bit expensive, which is nothing for a family like theirs. But raising a child, especially a boy, Lin Feng still doesn't want the children to develop the habit of spending money lavishly. Dabao has been thinking about it for a long time. Seeing that his son likes it so much, Lin Feng said, buy it. Dabao smiled and said, thank you, Dad. The staff on the side were all stunned. Dad? Wow, such a young and handsome dad? Really, are you kidding? This time shopping, I bought Dabao 2 sets of clothes he liked, 2 pairs of sneakers, and a basketball. Dabao was very happy, and this night can be said to be a fruitful one. Lin Feng and his son returned to the rental house and saw that the house was cleaned quite quietly. Did you clean it yourself? This is a 1-bedroom and 1 living room. and Sibeo has rented it for more than a year. Sibeo replied, "Yes, Dad, let's sleep together tonight. We don't have to go to the hotel. We can squeeze in." Lin Feng said with a slightly disdainful tone, "Your feet are too smelly. I don't want to sleep with you." Sibeo shouted, "I don't stink. There's heating in the north." After sitting for a while, Lin Feng took off his coat and put on his son's t-shirt. "Dad, ice cream." Lin Feng took the little pudding and called Zhang Yuxi on video. Zhang Yuxi smiled, "Eating ice cream?" Lin Feng replied, "Yes." After saying the first sentence, Sibeo sat over and took out the treasures he bought on the shopping trip tonight. "Mom, look, these are all bought by Dad for me. Look at Mom." Zhang Yuxi looked at her son Xianbeo with a smile on her face. "Not bad, they're all pretty. Your dad bought so many for you, did you buy any for Dad?" Sibeo's smile froze on his face. "No." The next second he said, "I'll make up for it during the Chinese New Year." Parents don't want their children's things, they just want to see if they have the heart. After chatting for a long time and hanging up the video, Lin Feng sent a message to Bao again. The little ones must have rested at this time. When the father and son lay down, it was already 11 o'clock. Sibeo tossed and turned and couldn't sleep, so he propped up his head and watched. "Dad, this seems to be the first time we have slept together since we slept in separate rooms." "Yes, it's been 20 years. Lin Feng's voice was full of emotion. Sibeo looked at him and sighed, "In 20 years, I haven't seen you get old." Lin Feng didn't say anything. Sibeo became interested and asked, "Dad, tell me about the story between you and Mom. I haven't heard you mention it since I was a child." Lin Feng looked at him, "What do you want to know?" Sibeo tilted his head, "How did you meet? How did we?" Lin Feng had never told these things to his children. "I always feel that it is unreliable for parents to say such unreliable things." Lin Feng perfunctorily said a few words, "We met like that. Tell Dad about your situation. You are busy in Beijing all year round, and your mother and I don't know the situation." Sibeo felt that he was just like that. Lin Feng blinked his eyes, "You are a man now, so let's talk about men's topics." "Sibeo." Lin Feng asked, "You? That, you?" Sibeo was embarrassed. "Dad, don't say anything, let's take a break, it's already 11:30. Lin Feng. He hadn't asked anything yet. Chapter 686 Buying a House in Beijing. The next morning, Lin Feng got up early to make breakfast. He didn't sleep well last night because of Sibeo's sleeping posture. Fortunately, he had a system. He must have a headache when he woke up today. After making breakfast, Lin Feng went downstairs to the supermarket to buy some vegetables and put them in the refrigerator. By the way, he bought some dumpling skins and stuffings and wrapped them to freeze, so that it would be convenient to eat later, and also brought them to Dabao. Coincidentally, there were people buying vegetables in the alley behind the community early in the morning, and there was a farmer's market inside. Sibeo got up to go to the bathroom and found that breakfast was ready, but his father was gone. He quickly called and asked, "Dad, are you gone?" There was no answer. Sibeo wondered if he was on the plane. After he finished breakfast, the door opened and Lin Feng came in with a lot of bags, all of which were vegetables and meat. Sibeo hurried over to help. "Dad, what are you buying so many vegetables for?" "Making dumplings." Lin Feng looked at him and asked, "Do you have to go to work today?" Sibeo looked at the time. "Yes. I'll take you out for lunch at noon." Lin Feng shook his head. "No, I'll cook for you at noon, you can come back and eat." Sibeo coveted his father's cooking the most. He felt bad when he couldn't eat when he was away from home. Now that he heard that his father was going to cook for him, he felt so happy. "Okay." Lin Feng saw his son happily jumping out of the door, and shook his head and sighed. He is so old, but he is still like a child. Lin Feng has been cooking for more than 20 years. He was busy all morning. He not only wrapped the dumplings and put them in the refrigerator. He also prepared the hot meals and brought a portion for Dabao. He sent a message to Sibeo, asking him to come back and eat directly without waiting for him. He went to deliver food to Dabao. After more than half an hour by car, Lin Feng went to the research institute with a lot of bags. This time he still failed to get in. Lin Feng put his things at the security guard, called Dabao and left. This time he took a big bag of frozen dumplings, mutton soup for lunch, and grilled lamb chops. They were eaten to warm up the children. They grew up in the south and didn't know if they could adapt to the climate in the north. Dabao came to the security guard to get things. I thought it was just a simple lunchbox, but I didn't expect so many things in big and small bags. They have a cafeteria here, and the dormitory also has a small refrigerator and a small kitchen, but no one cooks. Dabao and Sanbao are the best cooks among the 4 people. Occasionally, when they have time, they will show their skills and cook a table. Wow, senior brother, is this made by uncle? I know it's delicious just by the smell. So many handmade dumplings, uncle is really amazing. They happened to have arrived at the restaurant, and Dabao asked his roommate to put the frozen dumplings back. Anyway, he had to go back to get something. In the cafeteria, colleagues from work surrounded them with plates. There was no way, the smell was too fragrant, they wanted to come and see what was done. Wow, mutton soup, wow, grilled lamb chops, brother, can I have a bite? Take a bite? You are embarrassed? There are only a few pieces. If you eat them, what will you eat? I was just saying it casually. Brother, you eat. We just smell it to satisfy our cravings. Seeing Dabao eating with relish, the rice in their hands suddenly didn't smell good anymore. Missing the meals cooked by mom and dad. Lin Feng returned home and Sabao was eating with relish. Dad, I saved it for you. Come on, eat quickly. While eating, Lin Feng looked at Sabao's wolfing down and said distressedly, you look like you haven't eaten in 8 lifetimes. Sabao said he didn't understand. Dad, it's just that I haven't eaten the meals you cooked for so long. They are so delicious and I miss them so much. Lin Feng said there were dumplings in the refrigerator, with Chinese cabbage and pork filings, as well as with chondrius and celery. If you don't want to cook when you come back, just eat dumplings. There are sauces in the refrigerator. Put some in when you eat. If you don't want to cook, put some in the food and it will taste good. When dad comes back, send some delicious food. You can send some to your eldest brother later. Sabao wrote down everything. Dad, when are you leaving? Lin Feng thought for a while. I want to look at houses and buy 1 or 2 houses in Beijing. It will be convenient for you and Dabao to live in. Sabao didn't know how much money the family had, but they should be very rich. You know, when they were still in school, they bought planes worth more than 2 billion yuan. But, in Beijing, where every inch of land is worth money, a 38 square meter place costs more than 3 million yuan. Buying a place in the suburbs is far from work, and the nearby ones are expensive. Dad, I'm so old now, I can earn money to buy a house by myself. Lin Feng knew how much money the children in the family had. When they were a few years old, the red envelopes added up to several million. In recent years, each of them has at least tens of millions in their hands. The richest person should be Erbao, the little rich man, who should have hundreds of millions. Lin Feng didn't expect Sabao to say that, and raised his eyebrows slightly. Okay, then you buy it. I'm going to have dinner with your uncle and his family tonight. Will you come? Sabao was eating. Go ahead, I've been approved to take a break this afternoon. I have time. It's rare for the family members to come. It's not right not to give them 2 days off. Lin Ji's company in Beijing is doing very well, and the business is booming. He has made some money in the past 2 years. This is not the most valuable. The most valuable thing is his friends, who have been in contact for so many years and have a good relationship. After Wen Xiaoya gave birth to Mifan and KK, she stayed at home to take care of the children and became a full-time mother. When Lin Feng went there with the fruit, she was busy cleaning the house. Brother, Sabao, you are here, come in. Lin Feng entered the house and saw the 2 children coming. Mifan is about to go to the 1st grade, and KK is still young. How dare she speak to Lin Feng? I really didn't expect that Lin Ji and Wen Xiaoya, 2 outgoing people, would have 2 sons with introverted personalities. Wen Xiaoya asked the children to call her uncle. After the 2 children finished calling her uncle, they ran back to their room to play. Lin Feng smiled and asked, are you planning to go out for fun during the long vacation? Wen Xiaoya smiled, no, we're going on a 7-day trip locally. Although the 2 children may seem introverted to outsiders, they are actually very playful and make the house a mess every day. Wen Xiaoya is so tired that she can't even straighten her back just by cleaning the room and organizing things. Their family is not short of money and can afford a nanny, and Wen Xiaoya's parents are retired and have time to take care of the children. Seeing that his wife is so tired, Lin Ji suggested not to trouble his father-in-law and his wife, but to find an auntie or a part-time worker. Wen Xiaoya refused all of them. They are just 2 children. If their mother can do it, she can definitely do it too. Besides, when her eldest brother took care of 4 children by himself, He never complained about being tired. She also wants to do everything for the children herself, so that maybe the children will all be successful when they grow up. Sibeo originally sat down to eat some fruit, and when Xiaoya asked him about his girlfriend while packing up, "I'll go in and see what they are doing." When Xiaoya. Chapter 687. His younger brother is bald. Lin Feng helped to clean up, when Xiaoya quickly asked him to stop. No, big brother, I can do it myself. We have booked a restaurant. I will go out after I clean up here. You sit for a while, I will be there soon. The two children came out, followed by Sibeo. Miffin came over and asked Lin Feng eagerly, "Uncle, did Xiaobeo's sister take a plane to the beach?" Lin Feng hummed, seeing the two children so envious, coaxed her, "Wait for the next chance, you and sister will go together." "Are you kidding? Children of their age? Can they wait for the next time?" Miffin cried and went to find her mother. "Mom, I want to play with Xiaobeo's sister. I want to go to the beach. I want to catch crabs. I want to play." KK also cried with her brother. "Mom, I want to go to the beach too. I want to play too." When Xiaoya explained to the children, Xiaobeo's sister went with their teachers and classmates. It's an activity organized by the school. Let's go together next time if we have a chance. Be good. After mommy finishes cleaning up here, we will go to eat. Daddy will be with us today. Miffin pouted. He picked up his mother's mobile phone and called Xiaobeo. Xiaobeo was wearing a phone watch, and the video call was connected soon. Xiaobeo and his classmates were having a great time, and he showed a crab to Miffin and KK, which really added fuel to the fire. As soon as the video was hung up, Miffin cried and KK cried. "I want to go play with Xiaobeo's sister. I want to go play with Xiaobeo's sister." The two children made when Xiaoya's head buzz. "Don't tell me, tell your dad." After kicking the ball to her husband, when Xiaoya was quiet, "I'll pack up and go out right away." She went into the house to dress up a little. Miffin called her father immediately. As soon as the call was connected, the two children started to cry, and Linji coaxed the children to wait until they met to talk. Sibeo was afraid that it was not lively enough, so he fanned the flames in front of the two children's ears. "Today is only the second day of the holiday, you still have 5 days to play with your tongue. Besides, you are in a large class and the other is in a small class. The teacher won't say anything if you play for a few more days." Lin Feng came out of the bathroom and glared at his son. "What are you talking about?" Sibeo shrank his neck and blinked at the two little guys. The two children ran to the bedroom and knocked on the door. "Mom, come out quickly. Let's go find Dad. Wait for me, I'll be there soon." "Mom, hurry up. Mom, hurry up. You guys are rushing me. Did I give birth to two debt collectors? It takes a long time to pack all the bags when taking one child out, let alone taking two children out. I don't know if it's because there are guests, the children are more well-behaved than usual, which makes Xiaoya worry less." They drove to the restaurant, but the parking lot was full, so they had to find another place to park. Xiaoya's driving skills have become worse after having children, and she is always cautious. It was dinner time, and Lin Feng had no choice but to say, "Let me drive." They parked the car in a few seconds, and Xiaoya breathed a sigh of relief. After getting out of the car, Lin Feng held KK, Sibeo carried the backpack of supplies, and held the rice, so that Xiaoya could have some time to rest. KK looked at Lin Feng blankly, as if she didn't know him, and seemed very surprised why it was not her mother who was holding her. Lin Feng teased him, "Why, don't you recognize your uncle?" "Huh? I'm Xiaobeo's father, does Xiaobeo remember me?" KK just remembered and grinned at Lin Feng, so cute. When they arrived at the entrance of the restaurant, it was Linji who greeted them. Lin Feng's eyes were somewhat unbelievable. His brother, bald. My God, his brother, bald. "You are here, come in quickly, this way." Linji saw his brother sweeping his hair with an unbelievable look, and he felt bitter. At this time, Sibeo, who is not tactful, called out and spoke with a heartbreaking tone. "Uncle, your hair seems to be much balder than when we met last time." Linji pretended to look up and scold him, "Shut up, you don't know the pain of us middle-aged men." Sibeo looked at him with pity, and didn't regard Linji as an uncle at all, and grinned. "This is your pain of middle-aged men, look at my dad's thick hair, why is there no baldness?" Linji. Too much? Lin Feng felt sorry for Linji, he was so bald at such a young age, would he go bald when he got older? Well, it was possible that he would go bald at this rate. Linji, Don't work too hard. It's not good to be bald at such a young age. Lin Ji was helpless, with an expression that said, "You don't have baldness, so you don't understand my pain. Brother, I have tried my best, but it insists on being bald. What can I do?" Sibeo came over and said with a smile, "You can go for a hair transplant. It will only cost tens to hundreds of thousands." Lin Ji smiled, encouraged by him. "I am contacting a hair transplant doctor here, and I will go for a hair transplant after the new year." After saying that, he looked at Lin Feng's thick black hair with great envy. "Brother, how did you do it?" Lin Feng paused. "Maybe I have a good mentality." Lin Feng didn't think the anti-baldness skill given by the system was that good at first. When he found that both men and women around him were starting to go bald and the hair loss problem was getting more and more serious, Lin Feng realized the wonderful use of this skill. When Xiao's parents are getting younger and younger. Now, apart from occasionally helping their daughter and son-in-law take care of the children, they also travel around with Zhou Qilin and others. After dinner, Lin Feng followed Sibeo back to the apartment and set off for home tomorrow. "I'm sleeping on the sofa today," Sibeo exclaimed. "Why? The sofa is so small, how can you sleep on it, Dad?" Lin Feng glanced at him. Sibeo hurriedly asked, "Is it because I don't sleep well? Then you sleep on the bed and I sleep on the sofa. No one can be wronged, but his father cannot be wronged." Lin Feng just said, "No, I'll sleep here. You have to get up early to go to work tomorrow, so go to bed." Sibeo went over and lay down on the sofa. "Dad, I'll sleep on the sofa, you go back to bed." "When do you feel that your child has grown up?" "It's probably at this time." After 11 o'clock in the evening, Lin Feng got up to go to the bathroom. When he passed by the sofa, he couldn't help but say, "Go to bed early, don't stay up late to watch your phone, it's bad for your health." Sibeo didn't move in the quilt. Lin Feng said again, "I saw your face light up just now." "Sibeo." He poked his head out with a smile. "Dad, I'll go to bed right after watching this video." Lin Feng didn't say anything. In the past few years, taking care of Xiaobao, a primary school student, and Zhang Yuxi started to take care of her health, Lin Feng's work and rest schedule is very regular. The next morning, Sibao was eating breakfast while watching his father tidying up the room, feeling embarrassed. "Dad, leave me alone and I'll tidy it up later." Lin Feng tidied up the closet neatly. "I'll tidy it up right away." If you're too busy to spare the time, or don't want to tidy up anything, just find an hourly worker. Adults in their 20s should not only take care of themselves, but also the place they live in. Among the 4 children, Sibeo has the worst ability to manage life. When he was a child, his room was the messiest and the smelliest. After breakfast, Sibeo didn't need to be reminded, and he went to the kitchen to wash the dishes. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 688. Just pamper her. "Dad, I'll drive you to the airport." "No, I'll take a taxi and go there. You can go do your own thing." At this time in the north, the dry wind is blowing, just like a slap in the face. It hurts. After Lin Feng's cleansing, his physique is in great shape. He doesn't feel cold even when a woolen coat is blown by the wind. Even the taxi driver asked with concern, "Young man, don't you feel cold?" Lin Feng smiled, "No." The driver envied, "It's still good to be young, with a strong temper and not afraid of the cold." When they returned to Micheng, Xiaobao just came back and ran over. "Dad, you're back." Lin Feng picked her up. "Yeah, you're back. Did you have fun these days?" Xiaobao was obviously trying to please him, very happy. "Dad, I'm your favorite baby, right? You love Xiaobao the most, right?" Lin Feng heard the hidden meaning and raised his eyebrows. "What's wrong? Did you cause trouble?" Xiaobao pouted, wrinkled his nose, picked at his father's buttons, and stammered. "I left my homework book over there. School starts tomorrow, can you explain it to the teacher?" "It's nothing." Lin Feng nodded. "Okay, I'll explain it to the teacher then. Or I can ask someone to go there and take a video of your homework and send it back to the teacher." Xiaobao's eyes widened and he immediately changed his words. "No, there's no need to take a video, it's quite far to fly over there." Lin Feng finally looked at Xiaobao. "There's someone Dad knows over there, It's not far to run over. What, didn't you do your homework? Xiaobao blinked his big eyes. No, I did. Although Xiaobao's acting skills were impeccable, Lin Feng relied on his intuition to determine that he didn't do it. Did you write it? You know Dad doesn't like children who lie the most. Lin Feng has always been kind at home, but once he gets angry, he is more terrifying than Zhang Yuxi. Xiaobao was immediately scared and quickly confessed honestly. Well, it's not that I didn't write it, it's just that I forgot to write Chinese. Lin Feng frowned. Then why don't you tell Dad the truth and lie to Dad? Xiaobao pouted and said pitifully, I'm afraid Dad will be angry. Lin Feng snorted, you lied to Dad, Dad will be even angrier. Don't do it again, otherwise Dad will beat the baby. Xiaobao nodded hurriedly, no, there won't be a next time. Lin Feng saw that it was only past 7 o'clock, and planned to take his daughter to save the situation. What are the Chinese lessons? Xiaobao, there are 2 test papers, write 2 short essays, and review new words. Lin Feng nodded, there's still time, we will try to finish it before bedtime. Xiaobao's eyes widened, and seeing that Lin Feng was serious, he could only say oh in a bad mood. After he came back, Bao and Sanbao went out for something. I have been playing with the children these days and have accumulated a lot of work. Now I am busy with it. Zhang Yuxi will not be back until tomorrow, so the task of supervising Xiaobao's homework naturally falls on Lin Feng. Thinking back to the last time I helped Xiaobao with his homework, it was still last time. The 2 papers were documents that Lin Feng asked the teacher for in the group. He printed them out and placed them in front of Xiaobao. You know what the homework is, right? Dad will come to check it at 9:30. Xiaobao pulled him, Dad, can you accompany me? He looked anxious, probably worried that he would not be able to finish it. Lin Feng recalled the worries of tutoring Xiaobao's homework, and sat down reluctantly, okay, just write it quickly, and ask if you don't understand. Well, in the first 5 minutes, Xiaobao was seen looking for pencils and sharpening pencils. 1 pencil was not enough, and she had to sharpen all the more than 10 pencils in the pencil case. Lin Feng reminded her, time is tight, 1 pencil is enough to write. Xiaobao turned her head to look at him, but they are all bald, I want to sharpen them all. Here we go again. Lin Feng stood up and took the automatic pencil sharpener, write quickly, Dad will sharpen these for you. Xiaobao said sweetly, thank you for your hard work, Dad. He just breathed a sigh of relief, and now he is not angry at all. Lin Feng smiled, write quickly. Ah, Xiaobao is so cute. While Xiaobao was sharpening pencils, he started writing. At this point, almost 10 minutes have passed. Lin Feng was looking at the test paper. His daughter's dog-crawling handwriting was simply unbearable to look at. Xiaobao, can you write better? It wasn't long before her handwriting went back to the beginning. But Xiaobao said confidently, there's not enough time. I have to write faster, so it's a little ugly. Ah, this, Lin Feng didn't know what to say. You can write better while writing faster. Xiaobao pouted, oh, Dad, don't talk. Lin Feng. Lin Feng thought he had a good temper and high tolerance, otherwise he would have no pressure to take care of 4 children alone. However, when he met Xiaobao, or more precisely, when Xiaobao was studying, he really wanted to go crazy. Well, don't let him talk, just sit aside. Picking up an extracurricular book, Lin Feng looked at it absent-mindedly, and glanced at Xiaobao from time to time. Her blood pressure was up. She didn't move after writing for a long time. Xiaobao, your Chinese teacher asked us to finish writing before 9 o'clock and record a video to send it to her. Xiaobao was shocked. Dad lied. Lin Feng said, no, this is what the teacher said when I called to ask about the test paper just now. Xiaobao was stunned, and hurried over to continue writing. His speed increased significantly. Dad, how do I write this? Dad, how do you put the words together? Dad, do you think I wrote it right? Lin Feng, who was called n times, couldn't stand it. This is the test paper, the test at home, write it yourself, don't ask any more. Xiaobao looked at Lin Feng pitifully, pouted and muttered, but it's too late. Lin Feng accepted his fate and looked at the time. Oh my god, it's 8 o'clock. He reminded, it's 10 minutes until 8 o'clock. I'm going to collect the test papers in 10 minutes. Xiaobao turned her head and said, That is bad. Lin Feng was speechless. What does it have to do with me? It's not that I didn't give you time to do your homework. It's your responsibility to make up your homework now. Zhang Yuxi was angry. I don't want to talk to Dad. Lin Feng was even more speechless. Okay, then don't talk to me and do your homework well. At this time, Zhang Yuxi called. Zhang Yuxi was afraid of her mother. Dad, don't tell Mom that I'm making up my homework. Lin Feng sighed. I know. You write quickly and talk less. Zhang Yuxi was worried. Call here. Well, the little guy doesn't trust himself. The call ended. Lin Feng urged his daughter, write quickly. Zhang Yuxi smiled and started writing, but she didn't know that Lin Feng secretly recorded a video and sent it to Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi. Lin Feng said a little distressed. I have already scolded her. Just pretend you don't know about this. Zhang Yuxi. Just spoil her. Chapter 689 Sanbao's Friends. At 10 o'clock in the evening, Zhang Yuxi finally finished her homework. Lin Feng washed her face and feet and fell asleep. When he looked through her school bag and saw the homework, Lin Feng's blood pressure went up. Forget it, I won't look at it. Every time Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi's homework, his blood pressure went up. Adhering to the idea of not being too harsh, he always turned a blind eye. It's not easy to educate children nowadays. It's completely different from when the four treasures were young. You can't beat them, scold them, or talk to them. Look, the next day after sending Zhang Yuxi back, Lin Feng happened to see Sanbao and Erbao having dinner in the restaurant. Zhang Yuxi's homework will be left to you in the future. This inexplicable sentence made the two sisters look puzzled. What's wrong? Lin Feng didn't explain, but asked if they were free during the Chinese New Year this year, and planned to have a lively time as a family. Even in Shanghai, Zhang Yuxi's parents came together. Your eldest brother has promised me that he will definitely come back for the Chinese New Year, and this time the whole family will definitely be together. The two sisters also promised that they would put down their work and celebrate the Chinese New Year happily with everyone. This year's Chinese New Year was half a month earlier, and time passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, it was January 1st. Everything was the same as usual, except that Zhang Yuxi had his final exam on January 7th and had a holiday on the 8th. He received his report card on the 9th, and officially had a holiday on the 10th. He was going to start school on February 26th. The second and third treasures in the family, whoever was free, would supervise Zhang Yuxi's review. Zhang Yuxi liked Sanbao's gentleness and patience the most, unlike her second sister who would call her a little fool. Sister Sanbao, your phone. Sanbao was taking a bath, and Zhang Yuxi called many times but didn't hear him. After a moment of hesitation, he answered the phone. Zhang Yuxi's grades were not very good, but his language talent and performance talent seemed to be innate. He could speak many languages at a young age, but he just couldn't read the words. Hello? Who are you? The other party probably didn't expect that the person who answered the phone was a cute doll, so he asked politely. Excuse me, is Sanbao here? I'm her friend Xiao Yong. Oh, my third sister is busy, please call me later. Who are you, kid? I'm her sister, Zhang Yuxi. Wow, you are Zhang Yuxi? I heard your sister talk about you. Zhang Yuxi asked curiously, what did your sister say about me? When Sanbao came out, he saw Zhang Yuxi happily chatting with the other party on the phone. Who's calling? Zhang Yuxi quickly said to the other end of the phone, I won't talk to you, my sister is back. His name is Xiao Yong, he said he is your friend. Sanbao took the phone and asked, go find your second sister and ask her to wash you and put you to bed. Zhang Yuxi ran away. Erbao was working on the video, and when he saw Zhang Yuxi coming in, he looked at him and asked. Zhang Yuxi pointed to his feet, and Erbao understood, take a 10-minute break first. Turning off the video, Erbao got up and resigned himself to wash Zhang Yuxi. You are so old now, it's time to wash your face and feet by yourself and learn to take care of yourself. Zhang Yuxi tilted his head and asked, second sister, do you dislike me? Erbao bit her feet, which made Zhang Yuxi giggle. Yes, I dislike you, your feet are too smelly. Zhang Yuxi pouted, then keep biting them, the stink will make you faint. Erbao made the bed, go to sleep, my little princess. Zhang Yuxi was really treated like a little princess at home. Except for eating and going to the toilet, everything else was done by her brothers and sisters. The day before the final exam, Zhang Yuxi asked everyone one by one. I got 100 points in Chinese and math, is there any reward? The family members all agreed, including Dabao, Sabao and others who were far away in Beijing. They all said, "You really got 100 points in both. I will buy you whatever you want." After the exam, Zhang Yuxi rushed out, shouting, "Wow, it's finally a holiday, I don't have to study anymore." Lin Feng. People around, this child is really a real person. When other children have a holiday, it's like a beast. Lin Feng has 3 helpers at home, and he is not afraid at all. What's more, the parents also said that Zhang Yuxi would stay at the grandparents' house for a while during the winter vacation, and they were anxious. So, on the evening of the 7th, Lin Feng packed Zhang Yuxi's luggage. At noon on the 8th, he drove to his parents' house. Lin Deshan and juggling had been waiting for a long time, and as soon as they opened the door, they held the little baby who was nearly 1.5 meters tall in their arms. "Zhang Yuxi, Grandma Zhang Yuxi, let Grandma see it. Oh, your little face is thinner, haven't you eaten well recently? Well, you have grown a lot. You must work hard to eat and grow taller." Lin Feng moved the luggage and saw that the house was equipped with a lot of snacks and toys. "Mom, why buy so many snacks?" Lin Deshan, "For Zhang Yuxi, don't worry, we will watch her and won't let her eat too much." Lin Feng didn't believe it. As long as Zhang Yuxi acted like a spoiled child, the old couple were willing to satisfy her with anything. Juggling took Zhang Yuxi out to guess the toys, and Lin Deshan also walked over. The 2 old people were in good spirits and very happy. "Zhang Yuxi, these are the toys that Grandpa and Grandma bought for you. Take a look. Do you like them? This is a Barbie doll, and this is also a Barbie doll. This is a little princess dress. This crown." As she was talking, Juggling turned her head and asked her son, "Zhang Yuxi, you have lost a lot of weight. You should let the child eat more. It is the time for growth." Compared with his peers, Zhang Yuxi is already tall, not thin, and quite fat. It is just what the old people think of as thin. Lin Feng sat down and poured himself a cup of hot water. "Got it, Mom." Juggling let Zhang Yuxi play, and she went to the kitchen to cook. "Grandma, make delicious food for us, Zhang Yuxi, and we will go to the playground together in the afternoon." Lin Feng got up to help, and Juggling waved him to sit in the living room. "You don't need to help, go sit in the living room, let you and Zhang Yuxi taste my cooking skills." Lin Feng didn't leave, squatted down to peel garlic, and the mother and son chatted. As they chatted, Juggling brows showed more sadness. "The 4 babies are all grown up, are they in love?" Lin Feng replied, "I don't know, I didn't ask." Juggling put down the knife. "Why didn't you ask? This is a major event in life, and as a father you have to take it seriously. If it's inconvenient for you to ask, let Yuxi ask, so you can have a general idea." After peeling the garlic, Lin Feng went to peel the onions. "I asked them indirectly before, and the children all said to let nature take its course, so I couldn't say anything more. The eldest is so busy at work that she can't even spare any rest time, so how can she have time for a relationship? Urbao's company has just gone public, and there are many things waiting for her to do. She is busy until 1 or 2 o'clock all day long, and has no time for a relationship. Sanbao is busy with his music studio. He plans to set up the studio in Guangzhou to seek more opportunities. Sibao is needless to say, they are all busy." Juggling picked up the knife again and sliced the garlic. "No matter what, you have to pay attention to this matter. Don't you know that many people don't want to get married now? If you don't get married, what will you do when you are old and alone?" Lin Feng didn't care much. "Mom, times are different. Young people have the life they want, and we respect them. You'd better worry less about this. I, as a father, am not in a hurry, so why are you in a hurry? Children and grandchildren have their own blessings. You and Dad take care of yourselves, live a good life, and keep your body healthy. This is what matters." Juggling was unhappy, but she was also concerned. Lin Feng added, "Young people nowadays think differently from us and you. You have to take your time when it comes to dating and getting married. What if they push you too hard and say they won't get married? What can I do with them? Information is so developed nowadays." Juggling doesn't think the same as she did back then. After hearing what Lin Feng said, Juggling said helplessly, "They have never made you and Yuxi worry since they were young. Let's just let it go. If they really push you too hard and don't get married, her grandchildren will really do it." Chapter 690 I Want to Marry Your Daughter. When he returned to the living room, he saw Zhang Yuxi lying down watching TV. Not only were her feet covered by her grandfather's hands, but they were also covered with clothes. Lin Feng frowned, Sit properly, get up and sit properly to watch. Xia Abeo sat down, and Lin Feng quickly found a hand warmer for her. Come, put your little feet in it so they won't be cold. Xia Abeo smiled sweetly. Thank you, Grandpa, you are so nice. Lin Feng smiled kindly. What do you want to eat? Grandpa will open it for you. Xia Abeo pointed at the potato chips. I want to eat this. Lin Feng went to serve his precious granddaughter with a smile. Lin Feng frowned. Dinner is about to start, don't eat snacks. Also, do everything yourself. Grandpa is so old, you should take care of them, not them taking care of you. Lin Feng glanced at his talkative son with displeasure, and said as he opened the French fries. It's okay, we'll eat less and seal it up later to continue eating. Xia Abeo quickly flattered, Grandpa is the best. What else could Lin Feng say? He went to the kitchen to give instructions to Zhou Qilin, but Zhou Qilin was also unhappy. Okay, you can leave after dinner and do your own thing. Are you chasing people away? At the dinner table, the two elders picked up dishes for Xia Abeo and fed him rice, and Lin Feng suppressed his anger. They are old, and sometimes they can't say anything, and everything depends on Xia Abeo's consciousness. But Xia Abeo, who is in the group's favorite nest, has already gotten used to it. The report card was collected on the 9th, and it was also a parent-teacher meeting. When the report card was issued, Xia Abeo got his wish and scored 100 points in both exams. This day, an ordinary afternoon. A guest came to the house, the second son of a famous luxury president, a foreigner who came to Shaoyang. Because of the nature of Sanbeo's work, Lin Feng knows more about luxury brands than ordinary people. Some unknown gossips, more than some media want to know, such as the family of this top luxury brand. The reason why Lin Feng deliberately learned about it. Because Shaoyang once publicly pursued Sanbeo, but was rejected. He is one of Sanbeo's many suitors, whether it is net worth, talent, or family background, he is several blocks away from his competitors. Of course, public figures like Erbeo and Sanbeo have fewer scandals. Lin Feng did not take it seriously. If it was true, the children would not hide it from him. Shaoyang is one of the heirs of a top luxury family. He has an older brother, a younger brother and a younger sister. His brother is not interested in the family business and has become a painter who is obsessed with painting. His younger brother is a typical dandy young master, and has complicated relationships with actresses in the entertainment industry, models, and so on. His younger sister is a musician like Sanbeo, and she returned to work in the company after graduation. As a senior sister, she invited Sanbeo to participate in many activities, so it is not surprising that Shaoyang knows Sanbeo. It is said that the identity of the heir will fall into Shaoyang's hands sooner or later. On January 1st of this year, Shaoyang officially took power and was only one step away from becoming the heir. Hello uncle, I'm Shaoyang, a friend of Sanbeo. Lin Feng greeted the guests in, please come in. Shaoyang is 1.88 meters tall, a little taller than Lin Feng, and he has a great figure due to regular exercise. He is very, very handsome, and has all the advantages of his parents. He has been voted the most handsome heir many times. He is handsome and his abilities are obvious to all. The most valuable thing is that there is no messy news about him and he is very low-key. Apart from claiming that Sanbeo is his first love and that he wants to marry her, he has never done this for any other woman. Lin Feng is very proud of his daughter's excellence. No matter how outstanding Shaoyang is, as a father, he believes that his daughter is the best. He will not accept any objection from anyone. Shaoyang was followed by a middle-aged man, carrying gift bags of various sizes, all with luxury brand logos on them. Lin Feng had no intention of accepting them. He glanced at them indifferently. Are you looking for Sanbeo? She's not at home. She's at the company right now. Shaoyang quickly stated his attitude. I didn't come here specifically to look for Sanbeo today. In fact, I also wanted to meet my uncle and aunt. When calling him uncle, Shaoyang was obviously hesitant. The man in front of him looks younger than himself. Lin Feng asked them to sit down first, and he went upstairs to call Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi was too lazy to take a vacation, and said that she wanted to sleep until she woke up naturally. Now she was seriously confused. Wife, Sanbeo's rumored boyfriend is here. Zhang Yuxi said on and sat up. Sanbeo's rumored boyfriend? Who? After a moment, Zhang Yuxi frowned. Does it mean that we should agree to their relationship? Lin Feng also thought so. No matter what, we will definitely stand on Sanbeo's side. No discussion. Zhang Yuxi quickly packed up and started to put on makeup, and urged Lin Feng to pack up. Lin Feng changed into a casual suit, which made him look more dignified, mature and charming. Zhang Yuxi wore a cool makeup, a winter long skirt, and jewelry. She looked beautiful and elegant, and had an imposing aura of 2 meters and 8. The couple went downstairs, and Xiao Yuan quickly stood up and greeted them a little stiffly. "Hello, uncle and aunt." Zhang Yuxi just hummed, sitting next to her and looking at each other calmly. In comparison, Lin Feng was kind and chatted with Xiao Yuan. Xiao Yuan was not a small person, but he could not see through the kind and polite man in front of him. After chatting for a few words, he frankly stated his purpose. He wanted to pursue Sanbao and hoped to get their consent. Zhang Yuxi, who had not spoken much, spoke at this time. "That's what I said. As long as Sanbao agrees to date you, we will not stop it. No matter what choice she makes, we will support her unconditionally." Lin Feng nodded in agreement and followed the topic to talk about Xiao Yuan's family. It is said that relationships are most harmonious when they are equal, and one strong and one weak will never be harmonious. Speaking of being well matched, it sounds a bit old-fashioned, but it is not entirely unreasonable. Your family is considered a top wealthy family, with a lot of social connections, and Sanbao has a casual personality and doesn't like these. Xiao Yuan spoke very sincerely. "My parents will not interfere in my marriage, and she can still live the life she wants after marriage. My parents have met Sanbao and are very satisfied with her, and my sister likes to appreciate her character even more. My brother also said good things about her, and they all hope that I can succeed." After chatting for a while, they saw that it was almost noon. "Well, it's time for lunch. Why don't you stay and eat with us?" Xiao Yuan was not polite, with a look of joy on his face. "Well, will that be a bother?" And then quickly said, "I can cook a lot, and I have learned it specially." As he said that, he wanted to go to the kitchen and try it out. The couple looked at each other. They were just being polite. Zhang Yuxi sighed, "We can't handle this matter, we have to let your daughter come." Lin Feng thought so too. When such an excellent young man, who is impeccable in all aspects, speaks to you with a sincere and flattering face. "Uncle and aunt, I want to marry your daughter. I came here to say hello to you, and hope to seek the consent of you two elders." He didn't know what to say. Look, the young man has gone to the kitchen, picked up the apron very consciously, and was ready to show off his cooking skills. "Uncle and aunt, you must try my cooking skills." The couple. Lin Feng called Sanbao, "Come back soon, Xiao Yuan is at home." The tone seemed to say, "Save me, save me. Sanbao, I'll be back soon." Bao was so busy that he planned to go home to eat at dinner time. The takeout was too bad. Xiao Yuan ran to her house. Bao blinked. What does he mean? Sanbao just said, "No matter what happens, my parents will definitely stand by my side." Bao nodded, "Yes, we will all stand by you." Chapter 691, Not even a word. Back home. Sanbao looked cold. Where are they? Bao followed behind to watch the fun, and even picked up some melon seeds to eat. Zhang Yuxi, who was sitting in the living room reading a book, said, "They are in the kitchen with your dad. If you don't keep an eye on them, you might accidentally set the kitchen on fire." Sanbao went to the kitchen, and Bao came over and praised his mother. "Mom, you look so beautiful today, so imposing. A woman's makeup is also a weapon." Zhang Yuxi pulled the corners of her mouth and smiled. "You're too much?" Bao stuck out her tongue, not looking like a female CEO at all. The scene in the kitchen was very lively. Xiao Yuan called his men away and went to the kitchen to show off his skills. Lin Feng went over to take a look, but he didn't know how to do this or that, and was clumsy. This made Chef Li unbearable, and he couldn't help but give orders from the side. "Oh, it's too thick, go slower, be careful not to cut your hands. The skin hasn't been cleaned yet, we can't do that. Oh, there will be shells inside the eggs." Gradually, he went from being the one giving orders, to being the one who does it himself. "Look, you have to cut it like this." Xiao Yang flattered him, "Wow, uncle, you're great, you cut it so thin. How did you do it?" Really, apart from his own family praising him for his cooking skills, he didn't know how long it had been since he heard others praise him. The key is that Xiao Yang praised him so naturally and so powerfully. Lin Feng couldn't hide a trace of pride at the corner of his mouth. "I need to practice more. I have been cooking for more than 20 years. I started cooking when Sanbao and the others were a few months old." Xiao Yuan widened his eyes. I can't believe it, Uncle, you are so great. Wow, how did it suddenly become like this? How did Uncle make it? It's amazing. Lin Feng explained on the side, this also requires knife skills. What you have learned is not good. You can only make scrambled eggs with tomatoes. The two were completely immersed in the kitchen and didn't notice that Erbeo and Sanbeo were watching at the door for a long time. Erbeo whispered, not stupid, I know how to please them and make my parents happy. Although Sanbeo has a cold personality, he is actually the most filial one. If his parents intend to match them up, Sanbeo will agree even if he is not satisfied. Lin Feng heard a movement behind him and said without raising his head, are you back? Xiao Yuang turned his head and saw Sanbeo looking at him without much expression. Erbeo behind him was very excited to eat melon seeds and smiled at him. Regardless of whether this man will become her brother-in-law in the end, she still has to grasp the interpersonal relationship that is placed in front of her. Unless the two of them become enemies. I don't think so, they are all in this circle, and it won't come to that. Xiao Yuang is obviously trying to please, but his upbringing and status make him look not too deliberate. Uncle is super good at cooking. You don't know that he just? Lin Feng asked Xiao Yuang to go out and do it himself. At his speed, it is still unknown whether he can have dinner in the evening. Xiao Yuang was called to the garden by Sanbeo. Lin Feng glanced at Erbeo, what are you still standing there for? Help. Erbeo put the melon seeds in his pocket and came to help. Dad, what do you think of Xiao Yuang? Lin Feng said lightly, time will tell, how do I know after only a few hours of getting along? Erbeo asked, let's not talk about this, what do you think of his own conditions and family conditions? Lin Feng glanced at her, of course there is nothing to say. However, even if the person Sanbeo likes has no family background, as long as she likes, I will support her. Erbeo smiled. I knew that Dad loved them the most. After the meal was cooked and the dishes were laid out, Sanbeo and Xiao Yuang came back. I don't know what the two said, but it was obvious that Xiao Yuang was happy. He ate a bite and boasted at the table. But Erbeo was so amused, Xiao Yuang, I am older than Sanbeo, you have to call me sister anyway. Xiao Yuang, the sweetest one, hurried to call for help. Sanbeo said nothing, ate her own, and completely ignored the man who was being attentive and at a loss. After lunch, Xiao Yuang said that he would stay in the local area for one night and fly back tomorrow. When he said this, he glanced at Sanbeo. Sanbeo didn't pay any attention to him, which made him feel a little disappointed. You say, the future heir of a top luxury brand was completely ignored by their precious daughter. To be honest, Lin Feng felt a little distressed for him. It was so pitiful to watch. After dinner, Erbeo, Sanbeo, and Xiao Yuang all left. Xiao Yuang tried to show off by washing the dishes in the kitchen. Not surprisingly, a few plates were broken. Lin Feng felt pained, because those were his favorite dishes. Sanbeo, you guys go and get busy. The subtext is, take this little troublemaker away quickly, and don't mess up his kitchen. After they left, Zhang Yuxi went to remove her makeup. Honey, you seem to like Xiao Yuang very much? Lin Feng felt sorry for those plates and was looking for the same ones online. It's okay, I think it's good. It depends on Sanbeo's decision. It's not like I'm living with him. Zhang Yuxi had not said much before, but now she started to talk non-stop. It seemed that she had a good impression of Xiao Yuang. Husband, if Sanbeo really marries him, she will definitely move abroad. Your parents are so far away, what if she gets bullied? Lin Feng glanced at his wife, it's not even a matter of time yet, why are you so anxious? Zhang Yuxi sighed, you should think more. Go ask Erbeo about their situation. Lin Feng said absent-mindedly, go ahead, these are just topics between women, I can't ask. Zhang Yuxi frowned, I'll go ask, Erbeo may not tell the truth. Their family is a strict mother and a kind father, one plays the good cop and the other plays the bad cop. Since childhood, the children have been closest to their father, and Zhang Yuxi has no choice but to continue playing the role of a strict mother. I'm talking to you, are you going or not? Go, I'll ask them when they come back. The children are all grown up, and parents are most concerned about their lifelong affairs. This matter cannot be rushed, and you can't urge them in person, so you can only worry secretly. At night, the couple lay awake. One was reading a book, the other was looking at information. Hearing some noise outside, Zhang Yuxi sat up immediately. Hubby, go see if Erbeo and the others are back. Lin Feng, they just came back, let them rest for a while. 5 minutes later, Zhang Yuxi urged him. Go quickly, it will be inconvenient if they fall asleep soon. Lin Feng looked at his wife speechlessly, as if to say, you still know it's inconvenient. Zhang Yuxi quickly showed a flattering smile. Hubby, you are the best, I love you the most, give me a heart. Lin Feng laughed, you are so cute only when you need help from others. Zhang Yuxi blushed, go quickly. Chapter 692 I want to date, not get married. In the living room. Bao looked like he was waiting. Dad, you're here. Lin Feng nodded, you know what I want to ask, just tell me the truth, what's going on between Sanbao and Xiaoyong? About 2 years ago, when Bao was in the first grade, the two had contact. Even earlier, when Sanbao was studying abroad, he had contact with Xiaoyong's sister, and the two indirectly knew each other because of this. So, if you count carefully, the two have known each other for 7 or 8 years. Lin Feng was stunned, go on. Bao held his chin and recalled, wherever the third sister went, many people pursued her. At that time, Xiaoyong was a little interested in her, but he didn't pursue her openly. Later, due to work reasons, the two went from being brothers to ordinary friends. Later, Xiaoyong took the initiative to pursue the third sister. He rejected her offers of flowers and cars. That's it. Lin Feng was listening attentively. That's it? That's it? What happened later? What did Sanbao think? Bao smiled, Dad, the third sister just wanted to focus on her creation. She never thought about falling in love, let alone getting married. Lin Feng was dumbfounded. Ah. He asked Bao again, what about you? Falling in love? Getting married? Bao thought for a while, I want to fall in love, but I don't want to get married. Lin Feng was speechless, you are being a hooligan. Bao said again, if I meet the right person, I will still get married. Lin Feng breathed a sigh of relief and asked again, then how does Sanbao feel about Xiaoyong? Bao thought for a while, I don't hate him. After all, Xiaoyong is also talented. Lin Feng returned to the bedroom, and Zhang Yuxi came over and asked, what did you talk about? Lin Feng was sad, my daughters just want to focus on their careers and don't want to get married. Zhang Yuxi, ah. The daughters put their careers first and don't want to get married. The couple was worried. But the children all have their own ideas, and it's not easy for the couple to force them to fall in love. Zhang Yuxi pondered for a moment and said, I think it's better to rely on Sanbao than on them. The eldest brother is engaged in scientific research and can be said to be obsessed with it. He is devoted to scientific research. Relying on him? It seems like a dream. Seeing that he has just started and is busy, the couple will ask him when he settles down. Lin Feng is more open-minded than Zhang Yuxi. It's okay, as long as the children are fine, it doesn't matter whether they get married or not. Ouch! Zhang Yuxi eyed him with her eyes wide open. Lin Feng felt that he didn't say anything wrong, and he looked aggrieved. I also want them to get married, but it depends on them. What's the point of me urging them? We need to let the children live happily. Things like love need to go with the flow. Think about how we... Zhang Yuxi didn't say anything else. I've used up all my good luck in this life to meet you. Lin Feng blinked his eyes. Wife, I agree with this. Their children have reached the age of marriage, but they are getting younger and younger. Occasionally, when no one is around, they will play like a couple. Perhaps, they want to catch the little tail of youth. After lying down, Zhang Yuxi mentioned Xiaobao. Let's take Xiaobao back. It's almost time for him to stay there. If he stays any longer, he will act out of control again. Lin Feng turned off the lights. I have this plan too. There's a fashion week program that invites Xiaobao to be a model. I'll ask her what she thinks. When a girl is raised in a wealthy way, she must also have some life experiences, so that she will be generous and not afraid of the stage in the future. Lin Feng is very proud. Except for her slightly poor academic performance, Xiaobao has all other advantages. The next day, Lin Feng called Xiaobao and told him about it. He could see with his naked eyes that the little girl had gained a lot of weight recently. My goodness, how did his parents do it? They made nutritious meals here, and although the little girl was a little fat, her face was not fat and round. Xiaobao said he wanted to come back, and the two old people in the video looked a little disappointed. When he went to pick up Xiaobao, Lin Feng asked them if they wanted to live there for a while. Lin Dashan shook his head, no, no. Zhou Qilin pulled her son aside, your second uncle is sick. You can buy some things and go to the hospital today, and then pick up Xiaobao. The eldest aunt passed away early, Linda, who also passed away a few years ago, and now Lindon is also sick. When people reach a certain age, their body functions decline, and it is normal to get sick. Lin Feng asked, "What's the disease? Is it serious?" Zhou Qilin sighed, "Nothing serious, just old people, pain here and there. Cheng Dong doesn't know about this yet, tell him when you come back from the new year." Lin Feng nodded, bought some fruits and milk and went to the hospital. Lindon lived in a double ward. The bed next to him was an old man in his 70s. He accidentally fell at home and now he is half paralyzed. The family was quite harmonious, and there were 2 people taking care of him. The old man had a bad temper and kept talking about pain here and there, talking about old things. Lin Feng just sat down, and the people next door started to make a fuss again. It was mainly the old man who started to make trouble, yelling, "Oh, I'm going to die, oh. It's better to die, no need to suffer, I'm old, useless." Lindon's ward was taken care of by the second aunt, and a nurse was hired. When she went home to cook, the nurse would temporarily take care of her. Second aunt smiled, "Why are you here? This hospital smells of disinfectant. Don't come here again. What else do you want to bring?" Lin Feng smiled and sat down. "How is second uncle? What did the doctor say?" The 2 brothers, Lindon and Lindashan, are now living a carefree life because their children have a harmonious family and can earn money. Lindon, who was skinny before, has gained weight now. The doctor said there is nothing wrong with me. It's just a normal disease for old age. Second aunt snorted proudly, "It's also thanks to me that I let him have a full body check every year and don't let him smoke or drink, so he has maintained a good figure." Then she whispered to Lin Feng, "The guy next door is about the same age as your second uncle. He has a lot of diseases. He smokes and drinks and can't stand any bumps." Lin Feng followed the words, "It's second aunt who takes good care of him." Second aunt was even more proud when she heard it. "Did you hear that? It's all thanks to me." Lin Feng sat for a while, asked the attending doctor again, and then said goodbye and left. He pinched Xia Abeo's little face. "What have you eaten recently? You've gained so much weight." Xia Abeo quickly looked in the mirror. "Have I really gained a lot of weight?" Lin Feng forgot that the little girl was a beauty lover. No, just a little bit." Xia Abeo sighed like a little adult. "Dad, do you know why I'm fat?" Lin Feng didn't know, but he could vaguely guess 1 or 2. Xia Abeo was worried. "Grandma would make whatever I want to eat. I said I was full, but Grandma thought I was still hungry. She kept feeding me, and I said I couldn't eat anymore, but she didn't believe it. So, I got fat." Lin Feng touched her head lovingly. He was a filial child and didn't get angry with his grandparents. "Grandpa and Grandma miss you, they're afraid you're hungry. Haven't you heard that there's a kind of hunger that your grandma thinks you're hungry? There's a kind of cold that your mother thinks you're cold." Xia Abeo raised her little face. "I know." Chapter 693 contains a lot of information. This time, Xia Abeo scored 100 in both exams and had no homework, which made her very happy. Lin Feng is not like other parents who enroll their children in various cram schools during the winter vacation, such as foreign language classes, math Olympiad classes, etc. Anyway, if she doesn't enroll in this, there will be other jobs for her. Look, she will go to a fashion show abroad with Sanbeo. There is also a children's advertisement that Lin Feng is considering. 2 days later, Sanbeo took Xia Abeo to attend a fashion show of a luxury brand, which is owned by Xiao Yuang. Xia Abeo knows Xiao Yuang, and his watch phone also has his personal phone. It was also Lin Feng who found out this time. Xia Abeo said, "He is Sanji's friend. If there are delicious and fun things in the future, please buy me." Lin Feng. Once again, he sighed that the children are all grown up, and there are some things that they don't tell him. This time, with Sanbeo accompanying him, Lin Feng was a little worried. "I'll go with you. Anyway, I'm done with my work here, so it's a good time to join in the fun." So, 3 people left the family at once, and suddenly only the couple were left. Seeing that the Chinese New Year is approaching, Zhang Yuxi's work is also coming to an end, and she can spare some time to rest for a day or 2. "Do you want me to take you out for a walk?" Zhang Yuxi was too lazy to move, so she just wanted to lie down at home and hug her husband. "You just stay at home with me." Lin Feng asked again, "What do you want to eat? I'll make it for you." The 2 of them were in the kitchen, one cooking and the other helping. They talked about work, children, and finally retirement. Zhang Yuxi's retirement plan is to travel around the world with Lin Feng. Xiaobao is only in the second grade now, and I don't know how long I have to wait. Lin Feng smiled and said the plan he had thought of in his mind a long time ago. When the time comes, let's leave Xiaobao to them to take care of him. He can also go to boarding school. Zhang Yuxi gave him a coquettish look. Is there any father like you? Lin Feng smiled. Maybe they will be very happy. This fashion week, Xiaobao can be said to have stolen a show, and was opened by a famous designer of luxury goods holding his little hand. Xiaobao also walked in style. Although he was a little fat, fortunately the skirt didn't show it. With the makeup, she looks like an angel like Snow White, cute and beautiful. Although Xiaobao is small, her aura is not inferior to any older model. Bao was the first to run the network, but in the end, she didn't have as many fans as Xiaobao. It's because there are so many fans, such as mother fans, father fans, grandmother fans, future sister-in-law fans, future brother-in-law fans, future in-laws fans, etc. In this behind-the-scenes interview, Xiaobao said the most and the happiest sentence was, I got 100 in both Chinese and math this time, and I don't have winter vacation homework, so happy. The netizens were amused. Someone did a questionnaire survey before, writing down several reasons for liking Xiaobao. The most common answer was, I want to join their family. It's not uncommon for people like Xiaobao to study, enter the entertainment industry, and dabble in other things. But Xiaobao is the strongest and the most low-key. Others are showing off their skiing, music, and their precious life like a little princess. What she is showing off is studying, painful studying. What a real child, without the stubborn personality of rich children. In order to educate her, Raymond Lam would take her to the environmental protection to pick up garbage, visit children in the welfare home, etc. This time, she wanted to sell her long hair to those children who had no hair due to chemotherapy, so that they could become beautiful. She is really excellent. After the performance, Bao and Sanbao took her to play for a few days before coming back. Sibao happened to be in the neighboring city, so they also came together. Sibao was eager to take action, asked for 2 days of leave, and flew there immediately. That night, another hot search about Xiaobao came up. Raymond Lam would occasionally browse Weibo to see information about his daughter. Those who scolded Xiaobao would be scolded back. Those who praised Xiaobao would be humbly thanked. What a coincidence, he happened to see this hot search this time. It was basically that Xiaobao did something very amazing, and a staff member restored the whole process in the comment. It is a fact that Xiao Yuang, the heir of a luxury brand, publicly pursued Sanbao, and after being rejected, there was no news on the internet. The outside world can be said to have different opinions. One of the models, who was scheduled to close the show, actually came to Sanbao to provoke him. She basically said that she was Xiao Yuang's girlfriend, blah blah. Sanbao didn't care about her childish demonstration, but Xiaobao couldn't stand watching others bully her sister. She called Xiao Yuang directly and asked if it happened. Xiao Yuang denied it on the hands-free phone and claimed that he didn't know this person at all. That's not all. In the end, Xiao Yuang asked the person in charge to find someone else to close the show and praised Xiaobao for doing a great job. Xiaobao was very happy. This happened in the dressing room. No one outside knew what happened. It was only when someone exposed it that they knew about it. Faced with a hot search, Xiao Yuang responded with his own account. He never gave up pursuing Sanbao, and claimed that he had met Sanbao's parents some time ago and had a good chat. This is a lot of information. Everyone is waiting for Sanbao's account to see if he will respond. If he doesn't respond, then this future heir of the top luxury brand will be too pitiful. Zhang Yuxi smiled. Xiaobao did a good job. When Xiao Yuang responded to netizens, Sanbao replied, it's true. Bao read a response and laughed so hard, your words contain so much information. The implication is, the two have met their parents, so are they going to get engaged and married next? Sanbao said frankly, I'm just telling the truth, no matter what they think. Bao laughed, thank goodness you have a lot of talent, otherwise you would have to suffer with this character. Sanbao doesn't care about these things. Bao saw his sister like this, and thought it would take a while for love to blossom and bear fruit. Sanbao seemed to remember something. Second sister, did that man send you a message? Bao wondered, which man? I have so many sisters, I don't know which one you are talking about. Sanbao said, Qin Zhang. You are getting along with him. Puff, Erbeo uttered an ah, and then coughed. If you don't mention it, I have forgotten him. Who cares, I haven't seen him since that day. Erbeo recalled and smacked his lips. This man gives me a feeling different from others. Sanbeo knew nothing about his own feelings, but he turned around and became Erbeo's emotional expert. Second sister, do you like him? Erbeo pursed her lips and said shyly, after all, I have had feelings for him, so I have some feelings for him. And he is handsome. As for the rest, who knows? He gave her a watch the next day, and it disappeared. She still has the watch, which costs 200,000 yuan, so I guess her family is well off. Chapter 694 Millions of New Year's Money. In a blink of an eye, it was the Chinese New Year. We had agreed to spend the Chinese New Year this time, and we had to find time no matter how busy we were. This was Dabeo. The research project had come to an end, and he could finally have a good Chinese New Year this year. On New Year's Eve, Raymond Lam took the children home, lived in the villa, and decorated the house beautifully. This house has been bought for more than 10 years. From the original value of 500 million, 100 million, to 400 or 500 million now. Raymond Lam's house has the best location. Once a gentleman wanted Raymond Lam to sell it for 500 million, but he returned disappointed. The whole family was working, and Xiaobao just watched, eating strawberries and giving blind instructions. Pasting couplets, pasting blessing characters, hanging lanterns, busy from noon to night. Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi were in the kitchen cooking and preparing the New Year's Eve dinner. When Xiaoya, the second aunt, Wang Lu, Sister Yan, Xiaolin, all came to help. The men sat together picking vegetables and chatting, looking like a happy big family. And in the kitchen, they talked about family matters and the children's affairs. Ruiji's eldest son is getting married this year, and the youngest son is getting married next year. During the conversation, they never stopped smiling. After Ruiji's two sons get married, it will be Jia Jun's turn for the two sons. Both of them have been dating their girlfriends for a year or two, and they are getting married soon. The remaining ones are the four in Raymond Lam's family. Their own conditions and family conditions are there, and they all have their own opinions. It's not their turn towards them. I just mention it once or twice, ask it as a joke, and then just let it go. Xiaobao and Sibao, two foodies, come to the kitchen to find delicious food whenever they have time. Miffin and KK are Xiaobao's followers. They call their sister sweetly and are very happy when they are given some snacks. They spent New Year's Eve together in Raymond Lam's villa. The children ate at the small table in the living room. The young people went to another table, and the rest ate in the restaurant. Bang, 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 bang. There were firecrackers outside, and gorgeous fireworks bloomed in the night sky. Xiaobao wanted to set off fireworks and firecrackers. Lin Feng told the four treasures, keep an eye on the younger brothers and sisters. The whole family waited for the bell to ring. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Someone said to Xiaobao, Xiaobao, go get the red envelope. Xiaobao screamed, ah, red envelope. At present, only Xiaobao and Lin Ji's two children can receive red envelopes in the family. Zhang Yuxi's parents, Lin Feng's parents, and Lin Dun and his wife have 6 elderly people in this generation. Lin Feng and his wife, Lin Jiajun and his wife, Lin Rui and his wife, Lin Xiaolin and his wife, Lin Ji and his wife, a total of 10. The 4 treasures, Lin Jiajun's 2 sons, Lin Rui's 2 sons and the future daughter-in-law, Lin Xiaolin's daughter, a total of 12. Xiaobao and his wife received 28 red envelopes, each of which was thick. They laughed so happily. She was thinking that when her brothers and sisters get married in the future, wouldn't they be able to receive more and more red envelopes? She happily began to urge marriage. Brothers and sisters, you hurry up and get married, otherwise I will grow up. Everyone was in tears and laughter. Everyone stayed up together until 2 o'clock, and drove home one after another. Zhang Yuxi's parents were in the guest room of the villa, and the mother and daughter rarely sat together to chat. Things at home, things at work. On the first day of the new year, the children thought they could sleep in. Who would have thought that they would be called up at 9 o'clock to eat dumplings and glutinous rice balls together? After eating, several people continued to lie in the room very tacitly, and did not get up until lunchtime. Lin Feng had already prepared the food and called them up one by one. You are not allowed to sleep in during the new year. After lunch, our family will go out for a walk. Zhang Yuxi also said, "You are so young, so exercise. Today, your father and I will buy each of you a New Year's gift. How about it?" This sentence instantly made the children energetic. At the age when there are no red envelopes, it feels like a child to receive gifts from the elders. Who is not a baby these days? The first thing is to save Xia Abeo's New Year's money. Lin Feng had previously opened a baby card for Xia Abeo, and after using it for many years, the little girl has become a rich woman. This year, she received New Year's money from nearly 30 people. Her 4 sisters were willing to spend, and her grandparents, grandpa and grandma were not stingy. Wow, 1.6 million. Lin Feng later simply added 60,000, 1.66 million, a number that sounded more auspicious. When he went to the bank to deposit money, Lin Feng was a distinguished member, and the manager received him. "Hello, what business do you need to handle?" Lin Feng smiled slightly. "I'm here to save the New Year's money for my little daughter." The manager took him to handle it with a smile, and his tone was full of compliments. "Remember to find me if you need to handle business in the future. Or if relatives and friends need it, you can also find me." Lin Feng nodded. "Okay. It takes a little time to save 1 million in cash." Drinking tea and eating small cakes in the office, Xia Abeo didn't feel bored. "Dad, I will make a lot of money in the future. Then you should study hard in the future." It was over after about half an hour. After Lin Feng's family left, the staff whispered to each other. "Just now, a kid saved 200,000 yuan for New Year's money. This is the most I have ever seen. I didn't expect someone to save more than 1 million yuan. I have worked hard for decades but still can't get half of what he has. Guess how much money he has in his account?" "How much?" "Tens of millions." "About the same." "See language." "I can't tell. The family is quite low-key. I didn't expect them to be so rich." "What do you know as an outsider?" "The watch on the man's wrist is worth more than 1 million yuan. Mi Cheng is not big, nor is it small. The economy has improved in recent years and it is no longer the same as it used to be. However, it is still at the end of the 3rd-tier cities and the beginning of the 4th-tier cities." After saving the New Year's money, the family came to the mall. Lin Feng looked at the kids and smiled. "Dad will pay for whatever you like." The kids surrounded the couple and couldn't wait to go shopping. Such a good-looking family attracts attention wherever they go. It makes people wonder whether Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi are their parents or their older brothers and sisters. What makes people marvel is that a tall man of 1.8 meters is holding a little princess of 1.5 meters. How to say it? It is rare to see such a big child who needs to be hugged by parents on the street now. Xia Abeo naturally leaned in front of Sibeo, eating potato chips, with a happy face on her pretty and cute face. Dabeo chose a brand backpack. It can carry a notebook, keyboard, and some daily necessities. Erbeo smiled. "Brother, you don't need your parents to send it, I can buy it for you." Dabeo gestured. "This is very good, I am very satisfied." The price of this backpack is comparable to Hermes among backpacks. After paying and leaving, Dabeo vacated the things in the bag. That's right, Dabeo carries his work notebook with him wherever he goes. Erbeo bought a set of clothes, which she liked at first sight and couldn't put down. Erbeo's outfit is very fashionable. She is a beautiful rich woman at the forefront of fashion. She felt a little regretful. "I wanted to see if there were any jewelry I liked." She and Sanbeo were the opposite, and they really liked gemstones that didn't work, dazzling diamonds, and so on. Now there are so many good treasures in her jewelry collection. Sibeo bought a pair of sneakers, the treasure of the store, the only one. As for the price, it was also very beautiful. Sanbeo said that she didn't like anything. She was born beautiful but didn't know it, and she was immune to luxury goods when she was surrounded by them. What's more, Erbeo would give her jewelry designed by herself from time to time. From head to toe, it was all her own brand, so there was no need to buy more. Xia Abeo bought a Barbie doll that was almost as tall as herself, with flexible joints, delicate workmanship and lifelike. The price was also very beautiful. Sanbeo studied the doll. "This one is really well made, their dolls are very famous. Not everyone can afford their dolls." Then he bought clothes that Zhang Yuxi's parents liked. The price was second, and the thought was the most important. In the evening, Lindan had already booked a restaurant, and everyone had dinner together. Chinese New Year is all about eating and drinking. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, It means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 695, Second Sister Has a Boyfriend? On the third day of the Chinese New Year, the children in the family went out to play. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi planned to go hiking and visit the park. A handsome man with an upright posture suddenly appeared in front of the couple. "Hello, is this the Lin family?" The young man had sharp eyebrows and bright eyes, and he was as majestic as a pine tree, standing tall. His tone was very polite, and his emotion could not be seen from his expressionless face. Anyone with a discerning eye could tell that he was a soldier. The couple looked at each other, and Lin Feng nodded. "It's the Lin family. Who are you looking for?" The other party suddenly took out a gift in his hand. "Hello, both of you, it's our first meeting, and Happy New Year." The gift appeared in a flash, which scared Zhang Yuxi and made her take a step back. "Oh my god, I thought the gift was going to be thrown at me." Lin Feng looked at him strangely, and a bad premonition arose in his heart. Why does this kind of visit seem familiar? It was as if he had experienced this before. Lin Feng did not accept the gift, but politely asked, "Handsome, who are you?" The man immediately gave his name. "Hello, uncle and aunt, I am Qin Zhang. I am a soldier. I am 1.84 meters tall, weigh 75 kilograms, healthy, and have no love history." The couple was stunned. What's the situation with this person? Lin Feng quickly stopped. "Handsome, we know that. Why don't you tell us first? Who are you looking for?" Qin Zhang quickly said, "I'm looking for Lin Tuanchuan." "Or Bao?" Lin Feng paused. You are her boyfriend." He couldn't ask this question. Qin Zhang replied, "I'm her friend." Oh, Lin Feng was going to turn the person away, but it was not good during the new year. "Well, she is not at home now, you come in and wait for her, she will be back soon." Qin Zhang quickly said, "Then I'm sorry to bother you, uncle and aunt." Lin Feng pulled the corner of his mouth. Don't bother. Zhang Yuxi went to the kitchen, leaving Lin Feng and Qin Zhang chatting. She called Bao, "Come back immediately." Bao could tell the tone was not right. "Mom, what's wrong? Did you have a fight with Dad?" She shouldn't have gone back alone after a fight. Zhang Yuxi was speechless. "Your dad and I have a good relationship. A man named Qin Zhang came to our house and said he was your friend visiting." On the other end of the phone, Bao took a breath of cold air. Zhang Yuxi felt that things were not simple. "I'll deal with you when I come back." Bao likes to play. Maybe he is in love with someone bad. Bao hung up the phone, feeling terrible, as if he was struck by lightning. Sanbao drank milk tea and asked, "What's wrong? What happened?" Something must have happened to make her second sister look like this. Bao looked downcast and pursed his lips. "That Qin Zhang came to our house." Sanbao was dumbfounded. This. Bao was very angry. Do all men like this now? Running to someone else's house when they don't agree. Sanbao comforted his sister. "It's okay. No matter what happens, our parents will definitely stand on our side." Sibao pricked up his ears and listened for a long time, then popped his head out from behind and asked slyly, "Qin Zhang? Who is Qin Zhang?" The two were startled and turned their heads in horror. Sibao smiled slyly. "Is he the second sister's boyfriend? Is he waiting at home?" His ears were very good, and he heard every word of the whole process. Dabao came over, and Xiaobao asked while eating cotton candy with his head tilted, "Second sister has a boyfriend? Then can I ask him for a red envelope?" The little money grubber was just thinking about his own red envelope. Dabao came over. "Your boyfriend?" Faced with the eldest brother's question, Bao was a little embarrassed to speak. It's impossible to say that she went to KTV with her girlfriends from the company, got drunk, saw a very handsome and stylish man, and then. Although she is an adult, it is normal to do things that adults should do. But facing her eldest brother's question, she really couldn't say it. Sanbao was silent for a while and said, "I guess so. Mom called and said that someone has visited our house." Dabao said, "Are you sure about the relationship?" Bao was surprised for a moment. "No." Dabao picked up Xiaobao. Let's go home and see." Sibao looked like he was watching a good show. "Hey, let's see the second sister's boyfriend and see what he looks like." Zhang Yuxi cut a fruit and brought it over. She sat aside and looked at Qin Zhang calmly. Just now, I heard Qin Zhang say that he was 31 years old, a few years older than Erbao. But it doesn't matter. Boys who are older will be more caring. Zhang Yuxi is still very satisfied with Qin Zhang. She just eavesdropped in the kitchen. He lives in Beijing and has a good condition. He is the only son in the family. He joined the army at the age of 18 and claimed to have won the second-class merit. Dabao and Sabao are both in Beijing, as well as Lin Ji. She can ask them about it when the time comes. If Erbao and he really get together and marry in Beijing, there will be someone to take care of them, and Zhang Yuxi can rest assured. Zhang Yuxi didn't show anything on her face, but in fact, she has already started thinking about how to prepare for the wedding. A while ago, her husband and 2 daughters were all focused on their careers, but they didn't expect that a boyfriend would come to the door so soon. Not only she is satisfied, but Lin Feng is also satisfied. It's just that this satisfaction has never been superficial. He politely asked about how he met his daughter. Qin Zhang only said, "You have to ask her this question." There was a movement outside, and someone came in. Sibao walked the fastest with Xiaobao, and behind them was Erbao with an anxious look on his face. Sibao smiled and said, "Mom and Dad, I heard that there are guests at home." Xiaobao rushed to say, "Is it my second sister's boyfriend?" Erbao, who followed closely behind, forced an ugly smile and glared at Qin Zhang. "Why are you here?" Qin Zhang stood up. "I asked you the other day, can I visit your parents? You said yes." Erbao exclaimed, "You didn't say that." Qin Zhang said very confidently, "I did." Erbao didn't believe it. "When?" "Qin Zhang, when you were about to fall asleep." This sentence was a bit of information, and the couple understood it all at once. Erbao. Damn, she was about to fall asleep, so her mind must not be clear. She didn't think of this at all. But vaguely, it seemed that this was indeed the case. Qin Zhang ignored her and greeted everyone else one by one. "Hello, I'm Qin Zhang." Xiaobao raised her little face and asked, "Are you the second sister's boyfriend?" Qin Zhang glanced at Erbao. "I think so." Xiaobao smiled and asked, "Then will you give me a red envelope?" Lin Feng gently scolded his daughter, "Don't make trouble, go upstairs to play." Who knew that Qin Zhang would take out a red envelope from his pocket and said with a smile, "Here, this is your red envelope." It seems that he came prepared. Xiaobao blinked her eyes. After Lin Feng's scolding, she didn't dare to ask for the red envelope. She was about to ask Lin Feng what he meant, but General Qin had already put the red envelope in her pocket. "Take it, this is a gift for you." Since it was like this, Xiaobao would certainly not refuse, and said sweetly, "Thank you, second brother-in-law." The 3 words second brother-in-law stunned everyone present, and Xiaobao said, "Because I like military uncles." Uncle, it seems that there is nothing wrong with him. Chapter 696. No one knows a daughter better than her father. Xiaobao went upstairs with a red envelope, so happy. Qin Zhang not only prepared gifts for Xiaobao this time, but also for theirs. Lin Feng's was a bottle of health wine, and Zhang Yuxi's was a very nice scarf. Dabao's was a fountain pen, and Sibao's was a collection of the autographs of a football star. Sanbao's was a knitted sweater, made of very good fabric, very practical and thoughtful. Just talking about Sanbao's knitted sweater, it was made entirely of wool and was very beautifully handmade. Qin Zhang smiled and said, "I don't know what you like, this is what my family and I bought together." My parents said, "Come and see it when you have time." Erbao pursed his lips and stared at Qin Zhang. "Come here." Qin Zhang nodded, "I'll go over." After the 2 left, everyone looked at each other. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi had a headache. Who of you knows about them? It was too scary. Suddenly one day, someone ran up and said he was their daughter's boyfriend. Dabao said he didn't know anything about it. Sibao immediately confessed Sanbao. Sanji must know, they are both women, and they usually talk about everything. Sanbao. Lin Feng waved his hand. "You all get out of the way. Sanbao, come here and tell us what's going on here." When Sanbao and Erbao came back, they compared their confessions. The version Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi heard was, Erbao saw that the other person was handsome, and the other person was also interested, so they left contact information with each other. They kept in touch for several months, and they had a relationship with each other. It was confirmed that the relationship had not reached that stage, and they were also confused about how the person came. Lin Feng asked such a question. Did Erbao cheat on her, and she came to the house to ask for an explanation? Sanbao was shocked. As expected, no one knows a daughter better than her father. In fact, Erbao did have this idea. Qin Zheng was always not seen. If you say that the two are friends, there is one more layer of relationship than lovers. If you say they are lovers, the two can also be close, which is an unclear relationship. One thing worth affirming is that Qin Zheng likes Erbao, is satisfied with her, and is heading for marriage. But Erbao didn't want to. Let's not talk about the nature of the job. Qin Zheng is a very rigid and boring person, which is not Erbao's type. Lin Feng saw Sanbao's expression and knew that he was right. Sighing, forget it, let her handle it herself. Things like feelings cannot be forced. The children are grown up and make their own decisions. On the other side, Erbao was very angry. You are really good at buying people's hearts. Qin Zheng asked disapprovingly, do you think they will be bought by a gift? Erbao hummed, what do you mean? You came to my house during the New Year's Day and didn't even say a word. Qin Zheng stood beside her, with a strong aura of a soldier. Even if he didn't speak, you can see his bloodiness. I came here to formally inform you that I want to date you with the goal of getting married. Erbao sneered, that's your business, what does it have to do with me? Qin Zheng turned his head to look at Erbao, thought for a while, then what should I do to make you date me? Erbao only said, we are not suitable, you are not my type. Qin Zheng was so angry that he laughed, that's not what you said when you provoked me. You said, I like my masculinity, like me. Erbao's eyes widened, and he couldn't believe that this man would say that. It was not like his style. Qin Zheng laughed, look, you don't know me at all, how can you think that I am not your type? Well, this sentence choked her speechless. After all, she is also a reasonable person. Then what do you like about me? Qin Zheng took this answer very seriously, pretty, smart, have my own ideas, independent, good figure. My job is unstable, you are the most suitable for me. Erbao was unhappy, the smile did not reach the bottom of his eyes. Oh, after saying so much, I don't see you like me. It's just to find a suitable wife. The marriage I want is based on mutual feelings, not just living together because of suitability. Qin Zheng glanced at her, I like you, why would I look for you if I don't like you? There are many women who want to marry me, but I only like you. Erbao was happy in her heart, but she said with a little shyness on her face, who wants you to like it? Qin Zheng sometimes really didn't know what women were thinking, it was too hard to figure it out. He changed the subject, your parents are so young. If you tell others that you and your future father-in-law are brothers, people will believe it. Erbao nodded, of course. By the way, have my parents ever asked you how we met? Qin Zheng laughed at her, you dare to do it but not to take responsibility. Erbao widened her eyes, tell me quickly, what did you say? Qin Zheng saw that Erbao was still afraid of his parents. Then he had to please them in the future. I didn't say it, let them ask you. Erbao breathed a sigh of relief. Qin Zheng brought the topic back, what do you think? I want to have a relationship with you for the purpose of getting married. I want to be with you, I'm not kidding, I'm serious. Erbao was upset, she really didn't think about having a relationship with the purpose of getting married so early. Qin Zheng waited for her reply and saw her entanglement. Then tell me, what kind of man do you like? Erbao pondered, good looking, with a decent family background, who understands me, loves me, and has certain workability and strength. This is the most basic condition, and Qin Zheng said he agreed to all of them. His work is a little bad, and it takes several months to go out on a mission, so he can't find a girl who is emotionally thoughtful. Let's talk about it. You are free anyway. Just because of this sentence, Erbao was successfully convinced. Yes, you are free anyway, so you can have a relationship. If it is suitable, continue, if not, break up. If you don't talk, how can you know if it is not suitable? When the two came back again, the atmosphere between them was different, and there was no tit for tat as before. Qin Zheng cooked dinner and Lin Feng helped him. This scene was really familiar. The only difference is that Qin Zheng is stronger than Xiao Yong. Maybe because he is a soldier, Qin Zheng has great knife skills and cooking skills, and he uses all his cooking skills. Qin Zheng did not forget to act cute in front of his father-in-law. I usually cook for my parents at home, but it's definitely not as delicious as uncle's. I'll ask uncle for some advice when I have time. Lin Feng smiled and nodded, how many months do you usually stay busy when you go out? Qin Zheng knew the point was coming, it's not fixed, it can be several months or as short as half a month. Lin Feng said, thank you for your hard work. Qin Zhang smiled, and while chatting, he said, Tuan Chuan said we only knew each other a short time ago, but I actually knew her a long time ago and I know a lot about her. Lin Feng asked with a smile. She used to like the internet a lot, and she liked to tinker with it when she had nothing to do. Erbao was a celebrity at that time. Qin Zhang's eyes were gentle. At that time, she opened a free training class for junior high school and senior high school students, and I thought, this is such a good girl. She is not only beautiful, but also kind, and her parents have educated her very well, very well. Lin Feng loved to hear these words. Those words praising one's own children sounded better than praising oneself. This Qin Zhang is incredible. He looks serious, but I didn't expect him to be so sweet. Lin Feng had a hunch that Erbao was no match for this guy. Horizontal ellipsis. Chapter 697. Relatives rushed over upon hearing the news. Qin Zhang made some home-cooked dishes, which tasted good. At the dinner table, it can be seen that Qin Zhang has good family education, speaks in a pleasant way, and flatters without making a sound. After dinner, Erbao sent people out. Lin Feng was looking at his health wine, saying that it was brewed by an old Chinese doctor Qin Zhang's father knew, and it was suitable for middle-aged men. He had a sip while eating and felt good. Qin Zhang was thoughtful. Turning his head, he saw Sibao lying on the sofa playing games. Play less video games, don't you want your eyes? Sibao heard that the tone was a bit angry, and immediately said, Dad, my game is almost over. Among the two sons, Lin Feng thought Sibao had the most hope, and waited until his son finished this game before asking. Don't you like a little girl? She's from Beijing too, how is it going? Sibao exclaimed, who is it? Lin Feng immediately threw a pillow at him. What do you mean who is it? Wasn't she one of your trainers? You were secretly following her. Sibao said, there was no follow-up, it didn't work out. Lin Feng knew something was wrong when he heard it. How could a heartless person like Sibao know how to fall in love? He quickly sat over and asked, why didn't it work out? Tell Dad, is it because you don't know how to behave and she dumped you? Sibao was shocked when he heard it. It turned out that in his dad's eyes, he couldn't behave. This is too sad. And what about being dumped? Sibao was unhappy immediately. How could I be the one who is dumped? I'm so handsome and capable, who would dump me? Lin Feng was speechless. Besides your good looks, you are lazy and greedy. Do you know how to love people? Do you know how to be a good boyfriend? Look at Qin Zhang, how can he not compare to you? He can cook and do everything. How about you? Sibao was not convinced. I can cook and clean too. Besides, he is looking for a strong woman like my second sister. If he is not strong, how can he control my second sister? And what I'm looking for is just the opposite, someone like my third sister who knows how to love people. Lin Feng chuckled, I'm too lazy to tell you this. Tell me why it didn't work out. Sibao thought for a while. We were together for a month and broke up because of our incompatible personalities. She is not the girl I like. As far as Lin Feng knew, Sibao had liked her for a long time. How could? Lin Feng didn't know much about matters of the heart. He only warned his son, I tell you, if you are in love, talk properly. Don't be a scumbag and let the girl down. If I find out that you've done something stupid, I'll show you how I can deal with you. Sibao sat up straight immediately. Dad, explain this to me clearly. Why do you think I'm a scumbag? I'm a good person, okay. Lin Feng laughed, got up and left. Sibao, not convinced, pouted and continued to play games. After a while, Lin Feng came back and stood in front of him and said, if you want to visit in the future, tell us. If you need any preparation, we can help you. Sibao, huh? Lin Feng sighed, I'm most worried that you'll go to someone else's house and bring a mouth. Sibao. After Lin Feng left, Sibao suddenly understood what he meant while playing the game. Dad, you're going too far. Zhang Yuxi was doing yoga upstairs. Although she was aging slower than others, she still had to take care of herself. Because her husband was too young, she felt a sense of crisis. Wife? Zhang Yuxi hummed, what's wrong? Lin Feng asked, how do you feel about Qin Zhang? This guy's words and deeds show that he is determined to get our daughter. It seems that Erbao is no match for him. Zhang Yuxi smiled, that's perfect. With Erbao's strong personality, someone can subdue her. When Lin Feng heard his wife say this, he knew that he was very satisfied with Qin Zhang. I will ask someone to go to Beijing to inquire about the situation and see what kind of character he is. Zhang Yuxi hummed, I think Erbao's relationship is settled. I hope the relationships of the other children can also blossom and bear fruit. Lin Feng chuckled. When talking about his conversation with Sibeo, Zhang Yuxi couldn't help laughing. Each of the 4 children has his own worries, and Sibeo is no exception. Compared with his brothers and sisters, his personality is similar to Xiaobao, so it's no wonder that they can play together. They are all in their 20s, but they don't look mature at all, just like children. They don't seem to be in tune when it comes to love. How can the couple not worry? Then, they talked about Xiaoyong. In terms of son-in-law requirements, each has its own merits. Perhaps it was Xiaoyong's family background, or perhaps the halo around him was too obvious, which made him feel less sincere. This sincerity was not about his feelings for Sanbao, but that he stood too high. The 3rd day of the Chinese New Year passed by unexpectedly. Qin Zhang originally said that he would leave on the 4th day of the Chinese New Year, but he waited for Dabao to leave together, so he stayed for one more day. Early in the morning of the 4th day of the Chinese New Year, I don't know who reported the news, but a large family of people came. Can you imagine? Nearly 30 people came and asked about Erbao's boyfriend. Knowing that he didn't leave today, Zhou Qilin smiled and said, "Ask him to come over, we will treat him to a meal." Erbao felt scared when he saw this scene. He seems to have something to do today, so he may not come. Lin Dashan smiled. What's going on during the Chinese New Year? Let him come over, and we will also check for you and see how this young man is. Others also agreed, and they were also very concerned about the marriage of the 4 treasures. Erbao pulled the corner of his mouth. I'll call and ask him if he has time. Qin Zhang heard her say this. I have time, I'll go over after I buy some gifts. Erbao's eyes widened. Are you crazy? There are more than 30 relatives, aren't you afraid? Qin Zhang laughed. What am I afraid of? You want me to give up because of this little difficulty? What do you mean by giving up? Erbao was speechless. Okay, if you want to come, come. After hanging up the phone, Erbao said to everyone, he said he will come in a while. When everyone heard that the young man was coming, they were so happy and talked about it. Lin Feng laughed. Well, you guys should restrain yourself for a while, don't scare him. Everyone nodded quickly. After waiting and waiting, half an hour later, Qin Zhang did not come, but another one came. Xiaoyong was wearing a long black wool coat, and the young man behind him should be an assistant or something, and he came to visit with a lot of New Year gifts. People on both sides were stunned for a moment. On their side, who is this young man? Is it Qin Zhang? Why is he a foreigner? Xiaoyong, let me calm down, I didn't expect so many people to come, let me calm down. Xiaoyong began to feel awkward, and handed out the gifts in the assistant's hand one by one. Sorry, I came here without saying hello, I hope I didn't disturb you. Chapter 698 Two Future Sons-in-Law. Sanbao was still unaware of this and was practicing the violin upstairs. Lin Dashan asked who the young man was. Xiaoyong quickly introduced himself. I'm Sanbao's friend, and I'm pursuing her. Everyone suddenly realized. It turned out that he really wasn't General Qin. They said that he was a foreigner. Xiaoyong has an excellent family background and is an excellent person, with the aura of a nobleman. He sat on the sofa nervously, with dozens of eyes looking at him, making him feel very uncomfortable and afraid to move. He felt more nervous than attending a meeting. He didn't even know what he answered to their questions. Would it be relevant? Would it make people feel stupid? My family runs a company that makes clothes, bags, shoes, perfumes and everything else. There are 4 people in my family, an older brother, a younger brother and a younger sister. Our family is relatively wealthy, and the conditions are not bad. We have known each other for many years, and she hasn't agreed to my pursuit yet. I'm trying hard. I will definitely treat her well, I really like her, really. I don't have any other love affairs, only her. In the end, Xiaoyong felt sweat all over his back, and he rubbed his hands in confusion. Seeing him like this, Lin Feng asked Sibao, who was watching the fun, to call Sanbao down. Look, what the hell? Wait, you will get one in the future too. Xiaobao was a little disappointed, because they were not lovers, and she didn't have a red envelope. However, she was very happy to have a gift. Sanbao came down in her home pajamas, and her expression showed no joy or anger. You're here. She stayed up late to practice the piano last night, and her head was still confused today. When Xiaoyong saw her, he stood up as if he had seen a savior. I'm going to see her. I just happen to have something to say. Sanbao believed it. Oh, come with me. Xiao Yuan went upstairs with difficulty under dozens of eyes and came to Sanbao's studio. Sanbao was drinking coffee to refresh himself. What's the matter? Xiao Yuan explained while looking around the studio. Actually, it's nothing. I came to see you during the Chinese New Year. Sanbao said and drank coffee to refresh himself. What's wrong with you? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Xiao Yuan said quickly. No, because your family members are so enthusiastic. I am a little flattered. Sanbao recovered a little and smiled. Are you scared? Xiao Yuan pulled the corner of his mouth. No, I'm just a little surprised. Sanbao yawned. You sit for a while, I'll go to the room to clean up. Xiao Yuan saw that she was so sleepy. You go to sleep for a while, I'll sit here for a while. Hearing him say this, Sanbao was not polite. Okay, I'll go to sleep for a while, you can do whatever you want. He reminded him again, you'd better not stay in my room, go down and sit for a while. Xiao Yuan froze. Okay. He was a man who had seen a lot of storms. Would he be stunned by such a scene? After adjusting himself, Xiao Yuan went downstairs. This time, he saw a man who was slightly older than him surrounded by relatives. The man stood still, with an imperceptible sense of helplessness in his stiff smile. This is new, could it be their guest? Sanbao saw him coming downstairs. Hey, where's my sister? Xiao Yuan said, she's too sleepy and wants to sleep for a while. Who is that guy? Sanbao introduced, he's my second sister's boyfriend. Xiao Yuan's eyes lit up, as if he had found a friend. Xiao Yuan was originally outside, and everyone saw him and called him over to sit together. He and Qin Zhang looked at each other and smiled. Hello, I'm Qin Zhang, Lin Chuanchuan's boyfriend. Hello, I'm Xiao Yuan, who may become your third brother-in-law. This is the name I chose myself. Qin Zhang raised his eyebrows. Haven't you caught him yet? Xiao Yuan smiled bitterly and shook his head. Not yet. Everyone originally wanted to meet, but they didn't expect to buy one get one free in the end. It was really a pleasant surprise. Seeing that it was noon, they didn't stay either. After saying that they would go to eat hot pot together in the evening, they left one after another. Qin Zhang glanced at the time and smiled and said, let me cook today. When Xiao Yuan heard this, he immediately looked at Qin Zhang differently. Good job, he can actually cook. He can't. You said that he could also be the future son-in-law, so he couldn't appear. No. Xiao Yuan smiled and said, let me help you. Lin Feng went to help, but was stopped by the two. Uncle, you should take a rest. Yes, uncle, you should take a rest. There are two of us here. Lin Feng had no choice but to nod. Okay, tell us if you need anything. Our family is not picky about food, just cook anything, such as noodles. In the kitchen. Qin Zhang thought Xiao Yuan had some skills. After all, he did it in a very good way. Who would have thought that he didn't know how to cook at all, and he was just sloppy? Xiao Yuan explained that he had a nanny at home, and he didn't do much except cooking during the time he was in school. And they ate simple food, just the same few dishes over and over again, which did not require any skills. In order to pursue Sanbao, he specially found a chef to learn, but it was just very simple fried eggs with tomatoes and fried pork belly with soy sauce. He didn't learn it very well. In the end, the two of them discussed and decided to cook noodles and make some soy sauce soup. The two of them didn't know that Lin Feng and others had been secretly observing their movements. He had excellent hearing and heard every word of their conversation. He was a little amused. It was normal for them not to be able to cook. One had to run a business and the other had to go on a mission. Unlike him, he was just a stay-at-home dad. He has been doing this for more than 20 years. Lin Feng made an excuse to go to the kitchen. I made beef sauce, why don't we have noodles with it? As a result, there were not many noodles, so Lin Feng thought it would be better to have some porridge. He had eaten too much greasy fish and meat these days, so it was time to eat something light. Lin Feng boiled the porridge in a casserole. He liked the porridge cooked over a slow fire. The taste was obviously different from that cooked in a rice cooker. In the next cooking session, Qin Zhang said that it was not a big problem and he could still cook a few home-cooked dishes. Thank you for your hard work. Lin Feng said politely. The two said that it was not hard, but they were a little useless. Xiao Yuan's job is to peel garlic, peel onions, wash vegetables. Qin Zhang is responsible for cooking and flipping the wok. Sanbao came over with a smile and asked, do you need any help? The two said no, although the kitchen is big enough, but there are only a few dishes, So many people are needed. Sibeo felt a little sorry, then thank you for your hard work. It is said that people who eat from others are soft-hearted and those who take from others are short-handed. I will speak well for you in front of them. Qin Zhang said no, he was determined to get Turbeo. He smiled and thanked. Xiao Yuan was not as confident as Qin Zhang, and smiled hurriedly, then thank you, brother-in-law, let me know if you need me in the future. Lunch was simple and tasted good. Xiao Yuan admitted that he didn't help much. He looked at Sanbeo and asked, but I can learn when I have time. Sibeo couldn't help but remind him, third sister is the best cook among us. Xiao Yuan. Sanbeo has been helping in the kitchen since he was a child. He watched Lin Feng cook and learned a lot from him. In addition to breakfast, they usually cook when they have time. In Raymond Lam's words, I have been cooking for more than 20 years and I want to take a break. Chapter 699 What if I'm pregnant? After dinner, Qin Zhang had no intention of leaving, and Xiao Yuan did not take the initiative to leave. Do you want to play landlord? Sibeo asked with a smile. Qin Zhang replied, yes. Xiao Yuan did not know how to play landlord, but he learned quickly and had figured it out after a few rounds. Sibeo handed the cards to Dabeo. I'll take a break, you come. Dabeo, who had been using the computer, looked up and smiled. I haven't played for a long time, come on. Qin Zhang thought, brother, please show some mercy. Dabeo smiled, okay. It was unknown which round it was, but Dabeo, who had been winning, saw that Xiao Yuan did not know what card to play, and reminded him, don't you have 34,567? Xiao Yuan thought about it and said, let me see. Suddenly realized, can you count cards? Dabeo smiled, a little. Xiao Yuan. They were all playing the same game, and Dabeo answered a phone call and returned the cards to Sibeo. Sibeo took it with a smile, okay, I have to do it. He has become more and more muscular in recent years. His handsome face and strong body are simply better than those models in Fashion Week. Unlike Dabeo who sat upright, Sibeo leaned lazily on the sofa, playing cards and humming songs casually. The villa has everything, such as swimming pools and fitness equipment. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi went to take a nap, leaving the children to play by themselves. In the gym, Sibeo clasped his fists and said, General Qin, since you are a soldier, why don't you practice with us? General Qin frankly said it was not appropriate. What I learned is very dangerous, unlike you. Sibeo said it was okay, just practice, not seriously. Anyway, he was free anyway. General Qin didn't know what to say, then who will practice with me? Of course it's Sibeo. Dabeo now goes to the gym once a week, which is unprecedented. Sibeo is born with athletic talent. He has not slacked off in the past few years since he retired. His ability is the strongest among the four. Boxing. General Qin said, no problem. Erbeo and Sanbeo watched from the side. Erbeo was attracted to Qin Zhang because of his physique. Sibeo was obviously no match for Qin Zhang, and was hit hard by several punches. Erbeo, who was watching from the side, felt very distressed. You bastard, he is my brother, how could you have the heart to hide him? General Qin said lightly, I have shown mercy. Erbeo hurriedly asked his brother if he was okay. Sibeo took a breath, it's okay, it doesn't hurt. Erbeo frowned, really? Sibeo said very confidently that he was fine, I asked for trouble, and I deserved to be beaten. General Qin couldn't help laughing, I was already very gentle. Sibeo pulled the corner of his mouth, but it was actually very painful. He looked at Erbeo worriedly, hesitated for a moment and said, second sister, please think about your matter more. If he bullies you in the future, we may not be able to beat him even if we all go up. I'm afraid you will suffer. Erbeo was a little amused, indeed, this is a big deal, we have to consider it carefully. Qin Jiwang's face darkened, I didn't hide him hard, it wasn't serious. Besides, I never hide a woman, I swear. Erbeo laughed, and Qin Jiwang's face darkened. He thought that Sibeo must have done it on purpose. He really didn't hide him hard. Who knew that this brother-in-law was so weak? Erbeo picked up the boxing gloves on the ground, come on, let's have a fight. Qin Zhang took a step back, stop joking. Erbeo said slowly, I'm really not joking, I'm serious. Sibeo held her back, second sister, don't think too much, you are no match for him. Qin Zhang took off his boxing gloves and said seriously, you are indeed no match for me, and besides. He stared at Erbeo's belly with an ambiguous look, you'd better take care of yourself. The look was so obvious that everyone couldn't help but follow Qin Jiang's gaze and look at Erbao's belly. Erbao opened his eyes wide. "Why are you looking at my belly?" Qin Jiang said in a shocking tone, "Maybe there's a baby in it, and I'm afraid of hurting our child." In the silence, Erbao's ashamed and angry voice was heard. "Bullshit, how could I be pregnant?" Qin Jiang asked back, "Why can't I be pregnant? I'm a normal person. Is there something wrong with your body?" Erbao got even angrier. "Bullshit, I'm in good health." Qin Jiang said, "Then isn't it normal to be pregnant?" Erbao didn't know how this man determined that she would be pregnant. "We have taken safety measures. How can I be pregnant?" Erbao was so angry that he didn't want to talk to this man anymore and threw away his boxing gloves. "I'm too lazy to talk nonsense with you. Come on, second sister will take you to apply medicine." Sibao was afraid that she would be angry, so he hurried to follow. "Second sister, don't be angry. What if there is really a baby? I'm going to have a little nephew." Erbao seemed to be looking at a mentally retarded person. "Are you sick? I'm not pregnant." At this time, Sanbao came over. "Let me feel the pulse of second sister." Erbao gave her his hand. "See? Pregnancy, haha, what a bullshit." Sanbao looked at Erbao without blinking. Erbao was so confident just now, but now he was fidgeting. "What's the result?" I'm not pregnant." Everyone was waiting for a result. Sanbao smiled. "No." Erbao was completely relieved. "That's good." Turning his head to see Qin Jiang's disappointed face, he gritted his teeth in anger. "I'll tell you later." Qin Jiang smiled, not taking Erbao's anger to heart at all. "I'll go check the situation." Sibao also followed. "I'll go get the medicine." Sanbao and Xiao Yuang were left alone. Xiao Yuang had never even held Sanbao's little hand, and Sanbao rarely looked at him in a good face. The slightly playful smile just now was really stunning. "You can also take the pulse. Where did you learn it from?" Sanbao said lightly. "My dad knows a little, and I learned a little from him." Xiao Yuang said, "How about you take a look for me?" Sanbao really couldn't tell that the pulse of a pregnant woman was like big and small beads falling on a jade plate, and the pulse was rolling. She can diagnose the disease just by knowing a little bit, and she thinks too highly of herself to take the patient's pulse and diagnose the disease. "Can you box?" "Yes, but not as good as General Qin." "Can you do taekwondo?" "Yes." Sanbao took off her coat. "Come on, let's have a competition." Xiao Yuang was stunned, but immediately became ecstatic. "Okay." Sanbao's looks inherited all the advantages of Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi, and she has been beautiful since she was a child. She used to be cute and well-behaved, with a soft personality. Later, after she was obsessed with music, her personality became more and more withdrawn, and she became more serious. She stood on the ring, smiled at Xiao Yuang, and threw a punch. Xiao Yuang thought the girl was just a show-off, but he didn't expect that she had real instincts, and she punched him so hard that he was confused. Sanbao asked, "Don't treat me as a woman, come on." Chapter 700, I Will Marry Her. In the end, the two were evenly matched, but Sanbao still won. Xiao Yuang couldn't really hide a woman. He panted and asked, "You are too good, none of the girls I met can fight as well as you." Sanbao threw down her boxing gloves and left. "Just have some fun." Sanbao used to have the worst physique among the few people. But as long as she wants to do something, she will succeed. She must succeed. Xiao Yuang followed behind her. "What else do you know?" Sanbao said lightly, "A lot." Xiao Yuang wanted to know more about her, so he quickly asked, "For example?" Sanbao said, "Taekwondo, 8 languages, chess, Go, calligraphy." She has dabbled in all these, and she is not very good at them, but she is much better than ordinary people. Sibao's eyes were a little black, and he cried out in pain. "Ouch, hey, Xiao Yuang, you're black too, who hit you?" Dabao applied medicine to Xiao Yuang. "Don't look at the third sister as weak and fragile, she's actually very good at fighting." Xiao Yuang pulled the corner of his mouth. "Now I know." Qin Jiang didn't say anything on the side. After Sibao applied the medicine, he said earnestly, "I'm worried." Qin Jiang felt that he probably didn't hold back his fart. "You said you're so good at fighting, what if you bully my second sister, and we can't beat you?" "Qin Jiang, I don't hit women." Sibao still had a worried look on his face. You can know a person's face, but not his heart. Qin Jiang took a deep breath. "Why is this brother-in-law so petty? I have a basketball signed by a certain Dan, a collector's edition, I'll give it to you." Sibao's eyes were shining, and he was embarrassed. This is not good. How can I take away your collector's edition? Qin Zhang could see that this man looked sunny and smiling, but was very stingy behind the scenes. Nothing, I'll give it to you. Sibao changed the subject. Well, I believe you are not a person who would hide a woman. Even if you are asking for death and bullying my second sister, I can't deal with you openly, but she can kill you secretly. Qin Zhang. Sibao said this in a very low voice, and only 2 people could hear it. Bao, who was closest to him, frowned. What are you talking about? Come here and apply medicine on the corner of your mouth. Xiao Yuang's face was also full of flowers, and he assured Bao. The problem of hitting women will definitely not exist for me. I can't beat Sanbao, but she can beat me. Bao smiled and said, if you go along with the third sister, she is actually a very good person. Sanbao came out of the shower and said, brother, let me apply the medicine. Bao gave her the medicine. Xiao Yuang cried out in pain. Can you be gentler, a little gentler? Sanbao had a blank expression, for the effectiveness of the medicine. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi got up and saw this scene. What happened? After understanding the whole story, they blamed Sibao for overestimating her own abilities. He reminded his daughter, don't be so heavy-handed, Xiao Yuang is a guest. Okay, clean up and let's go eat hot pot together. The hot pot restaurant is owned by Lin Feng. The private room was booked long ago, and we will have dinner when everyone arrives. Tomorrow is the 5th day of the first lunar month. Qin Zhang, Bao and Lin Ji's family will return to Beijing. A short reunion is rare, and the next time we'll have to wait for a year. Everyone's face is filled with smiles. They treat Xiao Yuang and Qin Zhang as a family and entertain them warmly. Drinking is inevitable at the dinner table. Xiao Yuang and Qin Zhang have a good alcohol tolerance. In addition, this is the first time to meet the parents, so they naturally want to perform well. For a while, the atmosphere became lively. You toast, I toast, everyone toasts together, and takes turns to toast. Qin Zhang's alcohol tolerance seems to be a bottomless pit. He still doesn't change his face after drinking so much, which is admirable. Xiao Yuang mostly drinks wine, and rarely drinks white wine, not to mention white wine mixed with beer, beer with Sprite, Red Bull with beer. After a few rounds, Xiao Yuang was a little drunk, but he still drank with others in a good temper. At the end, Xiao Yuang came to Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi with a glass of wine. The 2 of them drank a little today. Zhang Yuxi was already tipsy. She sat aside, holding her chin and talking to her mother. Uncle, and I toast you a glass. The 2 raised their glasses quickly. Lin Feng smiled and said, don't drink after this one. Xiao Yang waved his hand. No, I have to drink a few glasses with uncle and aunt. This is the rule here. Lin Feng smiled. We don't have so many rules. Just be casual. Xiao Yang approached Lin Feng, with a heartfelt look. Uncle and aunt, I really like Sanbao. I have liked her for many years. Lin Feng nodded. Yeah, I can see it. Xiao Yang put down his bold words. I will marry her in this life. She must marry me, definitely. Lin Feng said frankly, relationships are a matter between the 2 of you. We can't decide for her. But I hope you can treat my child well. Sanbao is our baby. Please tolerate her temper. If we know that you bullied her, no matter who you are or what kind of family you were born in, I can still deal with you. Xiao Yuang's expression became serious. Uncle, don't worry, I will never let you down. Lin Feng nodded, and the couple drank it all in one gulp. Xiao Yuang toasted again. Uncle and aunt, I'm sorry to bother you these days, I'm toasting you here. This sentence was already unclear, and even foreign language came out. Lin Feng asked him to stop drinking. Take a rest, I'll have someone take you back to the hotel later. Xiao Yuang said no, he wanted to live in their house and be Lin Feng's son-in-law. Lin Feng saw that he was completely drunk like this, but fortunately he had asked for his assistant's contact information before, and someone would come to pick him up later. Xiao Yuang couldn't sit still, and went to find Sanbao again. As soon as he opened his mouth, he said something about love. His expression was sincere, and his eyes were clear. Sanbao looked at his face. You are drunk, I'll have your assistant come to pick you up later. Xiao Yuang asked back, why don't you like me? What's wrong with me? Sanbao couldn't say. If it's because of looks, my dad and my brothers are all handsome, and I'm immune to handsome guys. If it's about money, my family is not bad, I can make money myself, I'm not short of money. I feel that there is no need to fall in love. If she wants to fall in love, based on her own conditions, There are countless people lining up. I just think it's unnecessary to worry about the gains and losses of falling in love. Xiao Yuan was stunned by the question and motioned Sanbao to look at his parents. Zhang Yuxi was drunk, leaning in Lin Feng's arms, smiling, and full of charm. Lin Feng hugged her and said something in her ear, which made his wife hide him. Xiao Yuan asked with envy, "Don't you want to have a beautiful love? Find the person you like?" Sanbao was silent. Since she was old enough to understand, her parents have never had a quarrel, let alone a fight, and they are always very loving. Who doesn't desire this kind of love? In such a vast sea of people, can she find the right person? She is not sure. Xiao Yuan curled his lips. "We can give it a try, and then separate if it is not suitable. If you want to be happy, how can you embrace happiness if you don't take a step forward?" Facing this love, Sanbao never asked, "Why me?" There are many people who are better than her, and there are countless people who are more beautiful than her. Xiao Yuan is not short of such women. What rich daughters, models, designers, etc. But Sanbao has this absolute confidence. She is different, she is no worse than others. In front of her, a relationship is placed in front of her, waiting for her to accept. Sanbao replied, "I'll think about it." This ambiguous answer is already a progress in the relationship. Xiao Yuan was not in a hurry, but just smiled slightly. He has chestnut curly hair, delicate and beautiful facial features, and an impeccable figure. This smile is really good looking. Sanbao realized that she seemed to have never looked at him seriously. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.